Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you are joining us from. Welcome, 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 welcome to another exciting discussion, another exciting program. We are happy to have you here as you join us on Track and Field Talknet. This channel, this station, the family to be a part of, the family to be basically hear all about what is happening in track and field. And tonight we are having a exciting conversation as we are saying it. We are reliving the Japanese experience, Road to Tokyo 2025 World Championship. So much has happened then, so much is happening, and so much to look forward to. And we here at Track and Field Talknet would really love to be bringing the experiences that has happened and look forward to the experiences to come so that we are all on the same page, or we are all able to experience it with our athletes as they go along, so that we are able to understand what it is that the athletes face and go through their mindset in a moment like this. Some of them have experienced Tokyo when it is lit, and some of them have experienced Tokyo when it is silent or when it is loud. So we definitely want to be experiencing with them as we go along. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you, wherever it is that you join us from. If it is that you're already home, continue to be safe. If you are driving, please protect yourself and be well as you tune in to this exciting program that we are talking about today. My host, the Kings, that is a part of the family. We definitely have Mr. Xavier Duncan. How are you feeling today, sir?
Doing good, doing good. After all this rain.
After, oh, you're having rain.
No,
After
I'm
all
having rain
that
here.
rain.
I'm having rain here. Okay, so it's been good. Happy to be here. It's always good to be on your podcast, Latoya. Get to see your smile and your voice, hear your voice. So I like to tell our fans out there, our listening public, that it will be fun this evening. Exciting time.
I
I
definitely
did.
do
I
think it
did.
will be fun.
Yeah, I didn't practice my Japanese, but let's go.
You did the practicing. And Mr. O'Shea Hudson yourself, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good, Latoya. Good night to yourself and to the listener. I somehow feel like I'm employed here. It's the second time for the week. I just feel special. I feel like I'm employed here, but it's an absolute pleasure every time that I am invited, I'm asked, or even to just join in as a fan, because I'm a fan and I always get loose in the comments. But it's good to be on the other side, so I'm really happy to be here.
That's how I never tell me I employ people.
And that me I say, I feel like him employed. You're not employed here. You're a family, and we don't normally always employ
It's a
families.
family business.
It's a family business. It's a family run business. You know, remember, it's Track and Field Thought. It's a family home. It's a family comfort. We're all loving over here. Although I don't know, it's hot, you know. No, I'm in a beat hot. I'm the calmer side of things over here. I wish.
Queen of the pack.
I stand corrected at that.
Yeah, please. No, 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 no. Please. And remember, you're always welcome.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely,
I must tell
absolutely.
you, thank you so much for the late call, the immediate call. Even if I call you a minute before, you're always ready to go. I need to employ for June. No,
That's
no, no.
fine.
I
That
need to
that's
employ
fine.
for June.
That
I
is
need to.
fine. Yeah, it's my
That's
pleasure.
fine.
So anytime, any day.
Chef's kiss. And you know, one of the things about today or tonight, you said it's the second time being here. I love this. I love when we are out of the box. That's why we always tell the family, remember to click the notification bell, because you just may never know when we are coming to be outside of the box. And remember, Tokyo 25 is giving. Tokyo 25 is giving. This season is giving and eating. So you may just never know. Remember to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a cousin, to tell a auntie, to tell a brother, to tell a sister. Run, come over right just so. If you ain't with Track and Field Totnet, then where are you? Period. I'm trying to be a T, I'm sorry. But one of the things about tonight is that I feel like I'm not gonna be talking, you know? And I like that. So I actually want to say, family, I leave you all in the great hands of the two kings, Mr. O'Shea Hudson and Xavier Duncan tonight. But I will still be here with you all. Good night, spiritual bless you early to the class. I like that. So
So you never tell me where you're going.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here, but I'm
Okay.
going to just
I,
stand
okay.
here.
Just checking. Just checking.
So you can go ahead, Mr. O'Shea or Xavier, introduce your lovely guest.
Well, thanks again. Good night to the listeners. Xavier, yeah, big of yourself.
Big
Um,
up, Oshay.
uh, it's I can tell you that's 24 days. That's the first thing I'll tell the listeners. It's 24 more days before the action
Tokyo
gets
25.
cracking in Tokyo. And you know, when I saw that, somehow I got a little excited, and to know that we can talk about what is to come, but sometimes going forward, it means that you got to look back. And there are some people who have experienced it firsthand, while we just see it from our television screen. And tonight, we're indeed happy to be joined by two outstanding young ladies. I dare say outstanding because um, I always say once you're a national representative, you're a national treasure for life. And those two persons are here to just share their experience of what it is like being in Tokyo, what was Japan like, just to help us to understand. And it's for the athletes who are looking on, the other first timers who will be taking the trip to Tokyo to just know what to sort of expect as they go. And let me just tell you, the guests tonight with us are Shade Lawrence, double Olympic representative. She has been to two Olympic Games. Yeah, you got to believe that, 2016. And she was also there in 2021 for the 2020 Games. And also, she has really done outstanding well. Been to two World Championships as well. And also represented the country at the CAC Games where she won. And she is the national record holder for the discus. Outstanding young lady from her high school days to now where she is, and her trademark smile. I think that's something we're gonna have her probably package and be on sale somewhere. How are you, Shadi? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Hey, everyone. Good to be here.
And it's so good to have you. It's so good to have you. And I mean, utmost respect for you because Shade is somebody that you can always count on to have a good conversation. So you're gonna hear her express herself tonight because she's that social butterfly and always willing to edify and to entertain. And if you know Shade, you're gonna see the real side of her tonight. Another guest that I like. I think we very deliberately choose the persons who have this $1 million smiles tonight because this other young lady, in the person of Genevieve Russell, our darling of the track, I would say triple silver medalist at the World Championships and dominated the Commonwealth Games over the 400-meter hurdles. And she herself has been to Tokyo. She was at her very first Olympics in 2020 in Japan, Tokyo. So they both know the place where the rest of the world will be looking and viewing this summer. Genevieve, good night. How are you doing?
Good night. I am good. I just want to inform the viewers and listeners that I've been to three Olympics: 2016, 2021, 2024. 20...
Oh my, oh my. So I'm
Oshay,
so sorry. I don't
apologize.
know
Oshay?
where did I get that. So
That's
three Olympics.
fine.
Three
Yeah,
Olympics. So I stand corrected. You see, I should know these things. So
that's
spare me
fine.
there.
Oshay is a
Um, so
2016
Barbados
was a
moment.
young one. Oh,
so
yeah, 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 yeah.
we can call you a veteran then, Genevieve, because
16, 17
three,
years, I don't know.
yeah, three
17 years,
Olympics, man.
three Olympics, 17
Um,
years, Jelly. And you don't look where that aging is looking, Chef kiss
Shh,
with you.
Chevy, we're not giving away your age.
Mm.
well,
Thank you.
but thank you, ladies. Thank you both for being here tonight. And as we said to the listeners, we're just gonna relive that Japanese experience that you would have experienced firsthand. I mean, under somewhat of a very strange circumstances, but I'm sure there was a lot to talk about in terms of Tokyo, what it was like, and all the things that came with it, to include your performances, and now to just shed some light and to those who are making themselves ready to go back to that city for the 2025 World Championship. So I'll start with Shade, just to get from you, Shade, remind us, you would have been to the 2016 games, as we said before, and Tokyo 2020 was sort of pushback, and it came in 2021. What was it like for you gearing up to go to Japan in the height of the pandemic? What was the feeling like as you were prepared to jet off to that city?
Um, I feel like I feel like we I kind of got used to the pandemic because it was what 20 happened in 2019, 2020 full effect, and then I was just training, working, training, and then 2021 came around and we are a little bit more exposed. But it kind of was just in the middle of the pandemic, or we kind of got used to it. So it was, yeah, kind of got used to everything.
For you, Genevieve, was it the same kind of vibration, or were you apprehensive, knowing because the whole pandemic story and the emergence of what was happening at the time sort of came from that side of the world? Were you in any second thoughts as to what to expect at what would have been your third Olympics?
Yes, for me, it was a different experience coming off of the peak of the COVID pandemic in 2021. I was a bit timid because we had a lot of rapid tests, and even if you made the team and your test come back positive, that could tamper your Olympic dream. So my 2021 experience training up to the Olympics was very timid. It was very intentional in terms of the places you go, the things that you touched, the people that you go around to prepare myself to go to Tokyo 2021 games.
Interesting there from you both. So now that the tickets would have been bought, the testing would have been done, and the team was ready to jet off. Tell us, remind us of the your first thought, or what was it like when you landed in Japan? What did you remember? Anything that was scary? Anything that stood out? What was it like at the airport? What was it when you landed in Japan? Shadi, you can pick that one up.
And I feel like it was such a long time ago. I mean, the first thing I remember that we had to just um like going through the chaos or something like that. We had to. It was quick. We had to be. They told us that what we needed to expect, like the testing, like every day and stuff. So yeah, I think that's what I first remember. It was strict. We had instructions that we needed to follow to get to the to get through the championships.
I mean, Jenny, in Jamaica, we had what we call quarantine. So we sort of got used to people staying in bubbles, staying inside. The streets were not like what they were, and everybody was in mask. Did you see a similar sight when you got to Japan? Were they in the same sort of mood, and how did the people around you? Were there even much people when you landed?
Well, the only people that we saw were the airport officials, officials working for the Olympic team, and it was much more stricter than what we're used to in Jamaica. I mean, every single person had their mask on. There's sanitary stations where you have to sanitize your hands. And personally, for me, as I land in Japan, me just never want to have a positive test because they test you before you go into the village and they're testing you when you're in the village. And there were a lot of barriers there, like glass barriers when you're speaking, a lot of gloves. So everything was just strict, and we just have to be on point in everything that we do.
Wow, wow, interesting there. But there is something that a lot of people probably would have been excited, because going to the Olympics, they get that exciting feeling, and going to Japan. The question I'd ask: did any of you guys ever competed in Japan before going to the Olympics? Did you ever competed in Japan?
Not no for me.
No.
Oh, so
No.
both of you were newbies to Japan. Um,
Yeah.
I know it was COVID, but there would have been others on the same team that you were on would have been to Japan, competed there at different Grand Prix and World Challenge meets. Did they tell you to expect anything outside of what you would have experienced at other major games? Consider you'd have been to other games before that you needed to really have in the back of your head regarding Japan. Did any of your teammates mention anything?
No, I think everybody was just on strict. Everybody was on their P's and Q's because, we have social distances. So it wasn't like a really cuddle situation where everybody's there talking. The management team did already inform us on what we need to do, what we need to eat, and just prep us on the rules that we need to do to keep our safe, teammates safe, and management team safe around each other in the team. So teammates didn't really explain anything much because the management already took that up in hand.
I'm gonna be very cheeky. Well, I know Xavier is cooking up a lot of questions though, and answer this one. I mean, everybody, when we in Jamaica, we talk about Japanese food. We just love Chinese, and even though sometimes the Chinese food is not really Chinese, but they're Japanese cuisine here. And you mentioned something, Geneva, about eating and what the officials would have told you. I know when you go to these games, you try to experience the cuisine there, or try to at least chance something. You know, Jamaicans love them thing, yardie style, but chance something. Were you in any thoughts of, oh, I'm gonna be here, but I'll try my very best not to partake in anything from the locals here, just not to risk anything, whether it be sickness or anything, knowing that this is Japan? Or were you just excited to still give it a try? Because I mean, you only live once and you're in Japan. Were that your kind of thought?
No, I'm a very picky eater. And the beautiful thing about Olympic in the village, they have cuisines. So you have Caribbean, you have Asian, you have African. So it's like there's option there, but you know how we Jamaicans say we stick to what we used to. So I was just really at the Caribbean side and the African side. I didn't really try anything much in the Asian. If I do try Asian cuisine, it's like noodles, the simplest thing, but nothing out of the ordinary.
For you, Shade?
I mean, we couldn't go outside. A lot of these we kind of need to be inside the village, and especially Tokyo. We just wouldn't. We couldn't go outside, and said most of those games they have different stations, so we have a lot of things to try. Me personally, I'm not so picky, but if it don't look good, I eat it. So I think I stuck to what I knew and maybe try other stuff that look good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
I mean, go ahead, Altoya.
if I may jump in, even though I say I was just leaving it to you guys, but Xavier just look like him no and with smiles
No,
of thinking Xavier no going on. Xavier no.
you know me, and you know me have a thing with smiles. So I just have to go and take it in.
So because you guys went off in the COVID aspect of things, how was like the travel arrangements? I want to understand like when it comes to championships like these, like how the travel arrangements occur. Because I don't think as fans we understand the intricacies surrounding the travel arrangements aspect of things. So I would love for you to share about the travel arrangements, how it goes. Is it that you guys have to submit something to Dietary for them to make you guys travel arrangements? How does that go? I know it's a part of their accommodation aspect of things, but how does that work?
You teach my question, Nata. What go on?
Eh,
Me get that one there.
You want me to answer? I'll take it. All right. So it depends. It depends because, we have different clubs in Jamaica. Some of them have training groups in Europe during the summer before they go to Olympics or any other championship. Speaking in general, before the Olympic Games during COVID, J3 or JOA, sorry, would like arrange with the management team to book flights for athletes from wherever they are, whether it's in the US, Europe, or they're in Jamaica, where they will leave as a team to train in camps. And the athletes who are based in Europe or in America would meet them. But during COVID, the procedure that we had to go through, as I said, we had to present a negative COVID test result so we could travel. We had to do our visas so that we could travel, and JOA would have a form indicating to officials in the airport that this is the reason for the travel for these athletes or these individuals, that they're here to represent at the Olympic Games or World Championship. So it's very simple, meaning that it's nothing too hard. It's just that we need to give it the right information. But during the COVID section at Olympics, all we have to do is have our visas, present a positive COVID test. I think
Negative.
2 days.
Negative.
Sorry, negative
You
48
COVID
want
test. I
hours.
think
positive though, Jenny.
stop
It
call
was
it though. I
48
think two
hours.
days. Yeah, 48 hours before our
Mhm.
travel date.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
this is an outside question from the COVID aspect of things. Is that the same procedure like now, even though it's no longer COVID, outside of the test being done? Is it that the same procedure you have to once you make the team, or you made the team, you're 1, 2, 3 and you are there and you're comfortable. Is it where you have to submit something now to J3 for them to book your flights and to get the arrangements done and stuff like that?
All right.
So,
But up, go
so
ahead,
I'm still with
Latoya.
my question. Now, just to follow up part of it. I want to understand. So, for example, for persons who is making the team the first time that may would have never traveled to Tokyo before, or for even for you, Shade, um, even though you have traveled to Tokyo before, but maybe the visa that you would have used then would have been expired. Is there a different procedure? What happens in that case now when all of this happens? So you make the team. What's next?
So I mean, I feel like a lot of athletes already been traveling, so they know. So a lot of them, you need to have, I think, a Schengen or Europe visa. Yeah,
Shenyang.
So,
yes. Where in first, it's a procedure like if the country requires you to have a visa, like most countries require Jamaica. If you go to the embassy, get that, and then you communicate with whoever in the J3, like where you are at and when you want to leave for the game. It's not really hard. So if it's
all right.
a traveler, a simple something. Or if
All
you're
right.
in America,
So,
it's just maybe getting a
so you make it sound simple, and you said if you're a traveler.
I would travel a lot.
I remember checking in that team, Geneva. I had the privilege of checking in that team after COVID because I worked with the airline. So I had the privilege. I know
Oh,
the rundown of everything. So it was my pleasure checking in all of you guys at that point in time. But I have a question. Team is end of using now as an example. Sunday is the end of cutoff period for qualification. Team would be made up, say Monday morning, Tuesday morning. um how soon do you need to provide your travel documents, for example a passport, to J3 for them to find out if you're qualified based on your travel documents to travel into Tokyo? Because
Okay. Oh, sorry.
yeah, no man, go ahead.
Okay, so as soon as we have an online platform where you have to put in your passport information and your visa information on there when you are signing up for the
well,
trials. When you make that top three now, JOA or J3 already have those information on files. For those who did not meet the qualification mark as yet, but are placed in the top three, who are waiting on the quotas or the cutoff time to make the team, they will be on standby, having those information online already. So it's very quick and simple for J3 or JOA to send them to the embassy because they have an invitation letter from whichever country is hosting the championship. And we get a blight because it's a business we're doing based on a country, representing a country.
I
So
know.
it's just as Shani said, it's a simple 1, 2, 3. They have the
I've been,
invitational letter, they have the passport information and visas, especially for those who don't have and who already have, for athletes who have European legs, who would have the Schengen on hand already before JOA or J3 have it. The only thing that would is different that they need to get is a Japan visa because that is different. And we
so
also have to upload a passport size picture online. So everything is on file, just ready for them to roll the ball.
so my question again, and I love travel documents. So the responsibility is on J3A to make sure these documents are good enough to get you into your destination. or the
Yes.
responsibility is up on the athlete? Because I can use an
I'll say
example.
both. Both. I'll say
Yeah,
No,
both.
I say both.
both.
Also, yeah, because if you know that you're a professional athlete or athlete who's not don't have a contract, but you know you have chances to travel overseas, you and your team, meaning your club team, will have the responsibility to get you your visas beforehand, so that in case you are called up for a diamond league, a gold meet, or a silver meet, you have that to travel. The responsibility that J-Tray have, or the JOA, is a responsibility to get you the visa to go into the hosting country of the World
Okay,
Championship. The good
perfect.
thing about it is that if you already have a Shenyang, that's anywhere in Europe, and the World
Yeah.
Championship and Olympics is in Europe, whether it's Lausanne, Italy, you are safe. You don't have to worry about anything. Just ensure that your passport is valid. But when it's outside the European, JH or JOA is responsible to get you your visa, whether it's in China, Shanghai, or in Japan or Beijing.
Before O'Shea go, because he's storming to go, I must say I'm happy that I asked the first part of the question and Xavier asked the second part because you see Xavier beating up, beat and teach. So Xavier has got that answer because I love how Jelly no McCall Jelly already. I love how
Thank you
Jelly
for it.
coined. I love how Jelly coined the answer to that question. It is really something that I think a lot of us fans or a lot of us in the
BJ for it.
space um don't understand it because at times we tend to say, and I'm gonna say we, because I'm in the space also, we tend to say, how can J3 let this happen? How can J3 not do this? When they already should have known. But didn't J3 know that you're supposed to have the athletes give their passports or stuff like that? So my other part of the question, and then it's O'Shea can go, is if it is that you don't have it already, for example, as you rightfully said in the last part, that for a new athlete or one who has never had the visa before, if they don't have it, is it the responsibility of JTA to pay for the athlete to get it?
Correct, that's correct because it's national duty.
Yeah.
Okay, I just
Right,
want
you
us to,
can.
I hope that we understand that. The reason being is because something similar to that happened recently, and the understanding of it was, some persons blaming J3 no matter what. And then some more persons would be saying, okay, I'm blaming the athlete because the athlete, as you rightfully said, should have put up that beforehand. But you said that they have a platform where that is submitted, so it should have been known. So I thank you so much for answering that question the way you did. Oshay, you can go. I'm done.
All right, so it is a good way to segue now. So I mean, visas in hand, everything, travel documents ready, and you are now about to take flight. I don't know if both of you had traveled from Jamaica en route to Japan, or you were outside the country. You can pick it up from that, and if that was the situation. But what was it like traveling? I mean, outside of the COVID restriction, what about the journey, the amount of flights? I know a lot of new persons this year potentially will be on the teams that probably never traveled to Europe, never traveled to Asia. What can you tell them about travel and navigating those kind of long flights?
Okay. Well,
Now,
I
hold on,
traveled
Jenny.
from
Now, hold on, Jenny. Miss
Me can't
Smiley
tell you where
can
jelly.
talk.
Me can't tell you where jelly do. Sleep.
Right.
yeah. But I traveled from Europe. I didn't travel from Jamaica. I was leaving from my training base in Italy. But what I would have informed new athletes traveling so long is that you have to let yourself get climatized with the time. Meaning that if you know that you check your phone, or whatever it may be, you know that it's 8 p.m. over there. You try your very best. You know you go to bed 10 o'clock in the night. You try your best to stay up in the flight until that time to go to your bed. Because that's what I do so that I don't have jet lag. So when I reached to Japan, it was easy for me to fall asleep. It was easy for me to wake up. I wasn't that tired because I was working off Japan time in the plane. Also to ensure that you get up every 3 hours, depending on how long the flight is. You walk the aisle, you stretch, you ensure you're fluid up on the plane, and just do things basically to do before a competition on the plane, but with more restriction.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
For you,
Um,
Shade,
oh,
I,
you travel from
But they
Jamaica?
eat.
no, I was leaving from Florida. So
From oh, but what was that like though?
I mean, the travel was long. I think I don't. I think I left from further to somewhere else in the states, and then I left from there to wait. I think I left, yeah, from somewhere in the states, then went to London. So it was like
Mm-hmm.
hours or something like that. Me have sleep, man. I look, me have sleep. I just slept. So I feel like athletes just need to be like prepared, whatever they need to have, whatever they need to have to be comfortable because the flight is going to be long.
12 hours.
Yeah, it's gonna be long. Where you need to sleep, where you need to stretch, where you need to have everything, your music, your food, because they're gonna give you what is on the plane. So if you don't like that, then you care what you need to. But just a long flight. Yeah, it was long, and I traveled long before. I think it was same England. So yeah, I was just using the traveling. Yeah.
So my question though, Jenny, you said that you did the same thing on the plane, like you're in training, setting up a meet. Let me get down to basic and try to see if I can ask the right question. Did your coach start preparing you for a different time zone, meaning that you know your body will in a different time zone when it comes on to training, where sunrise would be okay for you here, which it was okay, but when you go to Japan, it's something different. Your body trying to get there,
Yeah.
depending on how long you got there before your first event. How did doing it on this side of the hemisphere help? Did they start preparing you for it? Like if you used to train at 6 o'clock in the morning and say, you know what, we're gonna do a Japan, so we're gonna switch it up a little bit and put it in the evening so your body can get acclimatized to it. Anything like that?
Yeah, and it was the worst for me because Italy that time was very, very hot, and my coach started me to train in the evening based on when we were running. So if I know that I have four hurdles on the third day of the championship, I'll be training based on this schedule. Likewise, other teammates, whether it's 100 meters or the 200 persons, them, and we train based on the timing that we are going to run the boiling sun. Because I'm used to training before the sun come up or sun catch when I'm
Okay.
almost finishing a rep. So when we're preparing for the Tokyo Games or any other games, depending if it's in Europe or in Asia, we train based on their time zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, that's very
Interesting.
interesting. And I see that's why we learn this kind of perspective because I never thought that was something that, but that's a smart move because again, the athletes will have to really um try and
Acclimatized.
replicate what is stuff. Interesting. So getting to Tokyo because I know everybody wants to hear the juicy part of Tokyo, and there was a buzz on here when Tokyo came through, and people were saying Japan was gonna reintroduce that they call it the anti weight bed, and some people say it's an anti sex bed, and oh they had to retrofit, and there was a big talk about what Japan should not have been doing and etc. When you got to the village, were you guys alarmed by first the hotel that you were staying? Was it to your liking? And what did you make of that bed? I know many at least did not speak about the bed. Some said it was very comfortable, some like it. But what was your personal experience getting into the village? Was the hotel all right for you? Was it something you were like, what is this? And what was the inside looking like for you? Just tell us about that.
Okay. I mean, I try to remember if we did stop somewhere or that was another game or we went straight to the village. Either way, yeah, when we went to the village and the whole bit, I feel like as a diva thing about that. I mean, like
Exactly.
you got there for do what you have to do. You're not that's not supposed to be a problem unless say you're really uncomfortable. It was not a problem or you're heavy. For me I told it was okay for me. I could sleep and thing. It wasn't comfortable, the most comfortable. But yeah, that was not priority.
Yeah, to be honest, when I hear people complain about it, I never really get it because you're there for duty and what you're supposed to do. But as I said before, the good thing about Olympics, I think Olympics and Commonwealth go hand in hand. We don't stay in a hotel. It's like they build a place for us, which is a village. And we have roommates. So my roommate was Leah Anderson, and we're in a room together, the board beds. I didn't even know it was board. It wasn't compatible, but then something was for kill up self and say, Lad back at me. When you go in the living room, there's a next roommate in there. It's like a dormitory where you have your own roommate, but everybody share a living room. The village was just the same, to be honest. I don't even remember if 20, I think 2016 was like that too. I'm not sure. Are they just starting the board beds in 2021? But it didn't really feel like a board bed.
Mm.
Because me and Shanice is used to boarding, because home with the boarding, the bed them smaller than at a home wood, the bed them harder than that. So it was nothing to me.
Right
But to
person,
each is his
right
own.
person, right person, I tell that.
Um,
Yeah.
so it was not much of an adjustment for you.
No,
Um,
and it did firm, you see? It doesn't even go pop down. It only way pop down if you wear 300 pound. The
That boy,
only way.
I don't wait. I don't wait. We never have an
Yes,
issue.
so
That was
this
six.
cardboard so firm, the bed not even shake.
They said that we just
It
got out of bed.
it not even shake. You can move it regular. Me say this cannot be board bed.
Yeah.
So it's
Cardboard.
it's a
interesting.
comfortable.
It
One of
alright.
the listeners is asking, well, Jenny, answer the part. You were allowed to have roommates, of course, and how
Yeah.
many you were usually in a room?
Two persons in a room, but four in the, what do you call that
The
now?
house.
The house.
In the apartment, yeah, in the complex, yeah. And the thing is, for
The
you to have a roommate, you have to be COVID negative. You can't have COVID. And the bed them never closed. The beds were literally 6 feet apart. So I'm in a corner. Yeah, and the roommate, they're close to the balcony part where you have the glass so you can look through in the village. It was, yeah. And if you do come back with a positive COVID test while you're in the village competing, they had a quarantine era for the athletes to stay until they recover before competition. 'Cause I think we were how much? I think we were 6 days in before. I never went to the training camp, so I don't know.
I know she was going to do that. I know she was going to do
Thank
that.
you.
Because I know she was,
Is the name Beerback?
Yes,
Thank you,
you're
Beerback.
right. That's right.
Almost there.
And if him get in trouble, you said him go in bed.
I'm almost certain the bareback is a female. I might be wrong, but
Oh,
I'm almost certain.
I
Yes,
don't think so. I'm not sure.
you
I'm
know,
not
well,
sure.
And
I
then
stand corrected, but he's one of our fans, and I think we're happy to have
One of our
bareback tonight.
family,
One of our family member.
family
clock that. I mean,
members,
this would have
family.
clock that.
Yeah.
Clap that. When I saw it, Genevieve, I was like, what should be an Arnold? Oh, she's going to come, so let me do
It's
it.
just a clock. It's just a bubble. Yeah.
I just want to get now for you scenery. I mean, Tokyo is the capital of Japan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you were restricted or confined to a village sort of setup, but I know you'd have had days to go out for training. The proximity of the training camp to the Olympic Village, was it much shorter than what you were accustomed to? And also, let me get from you, in your commute to and from the track, did you get a chance to interface with any fans? Were you guys allowed to have anybody? You know, Jamaicans, everybody go like Gladys Night when them see us, and them. Was that allowed, or was it a very strict window and a short journey to and from?
Oh, well, I wasn't at the training camp, so I can't tell about that. But to the stadium, it was like a ghost town. You will see some people on the road, probably going to work or going somewhere, but they have on their mask. We didn't get to interact with anybody outside of the village. And if you are going outside of the village, you have to have an official, not from your country, but an official from the Olympic Committee who have put on the game and made the village to go outside if you want something. And I don't think Team Jamaica or any athletes did that. I'm not sure. Probably other athletes did that. But we were so zoned in and happy to be competing again. Because during COVID, the only time we got to compete in Jamaica was, I think, was in June. We had a couple track meets, and then you have one or two athletes, like a handful of athletes, were able to go to Diamond League in September. I think it was Rome. So to get to experience back to compete in 2021, we were just really happy to be there. It was just from the stadium in the village, back into the village. And the village was like, they made the village like outside. You had food station, whether you don't want to go inside the cafeteria. You have, I think it was McDonald's. I remember, McDonald's there. And you have barber shop, you have nail salon there. So we were just inside with the people them who were working at the Olympics. No fans at all or anything.
Create a little world for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when
But
we were even eating, there was this glass thing separating us. It wasn't that thick that you can have conversation, but each table have a glass. You have to sit face to face.
I remember that setup vividly. When I saw it, I was like, wow, this is more like almost like a prison style. You go and visit and you're over there, so your relative over
Yeah.
here and stuff. You spoke about official and Shade, tell us, I know you'd have had most of your interaction with local officials, Japanese officials, and usually language is a big issue when they go to this country. Um, but everybody wants to meet and greet and talk to Jamaica. What were your first sort of interactions with the official? Did the language barrier in any way affected you? Could you have interacted? Could you have navigated yourself with these local workers in a Japanese country, being an English-based athlete?
I remember having a struggle. I don't remember having a struggle.
No, we didn't have any struggle because we have volunteers working
Yeah,
at these games. We even had Jamaicans volunteer at Olympics. They
yeah,
have people who are speaking English to try and I don't the problem is that we don't know the language them. When they go somewhere we don't know, everybody know English except we know what them talk. But there was no trouble there for us. We have volunteers there. Yeah.
yeah.
Anytime we go to a game, whether World Champs, Olympics, Commonwealth, there's always volunteers from your own country who are working there.
I have a question though. I'm like ask the hard one them. So
One
we're
moment before,
the
sorry, one moment before you ask the question. O'Shea, can you do the honors? She's here.
Yeah, so we have another um outstanding young lady. Yes, I dare say we lucky, but we are very lucky to have some athletes in Jamaica that they are worth their prices are far above Ruby, and I mean they are so willing to share their experiences. And one such other young lady is here tonight, and she just couldn't pass upon the opportunity to come and talk about her experience in Japan. And I speak of none other than a good friend of mine, a athlete I love so much, and in the form of Yannick Thompson. Um,
I was come
Jelly,
on.
are you do that? Jelly, are you cause that, Jelly?
of course, yeah. Let me just say good night,
Hi
Yannick,
guys.
and welcome. Um, First of all, let me say congratulations. You just came from Nakak. I mean,
Don't
regardless of
talk about that.
the road.
don't talk about
No, no,
that.
no. This is over
Please
here.
don't.
Yeah,
Hey,
over here, we're loyalists, and we believe that we, like my granny that
I
say, we
watch
not
I
send
I
nothing to
watch
the
a
cookie
race.
down. Yeah, we
I
not
watch
send
a race.
nothing. Yeah, but
No,
we
I
say,
don't think you guys saw Knockout. For us
We
that
watch
was there.
it. No, we watched it.
yeah.
Every minute of it.
Sorry
So
about that.
we're saying a big thank you for even showing up
Showing out
at
no.
the line. Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
pay
I
you
don't
know.
know what happened.
Yeah,
We
but
understand.
as you come in now, you're in now. We're talking
Hello?
about Japan. Japan, if I'm not
you know, see my chat here.
forgetting, and I don't want to do it likewise. Get
My
Jenny
internet
saying,
is gone or something.
are you hearing us?
Mm-mm. She not here.
I
It's
come,
live.
come,
Like it
yeah,
delay.
Oh.
Like it delay.
yeah.
She not hear
Come
it.
out and come back
All right,
in.
Yannick, I'm going to take you out and then you come back in. All right,
All
so go
right,
on.
so
Won't you come back?
Jenny, yeah.
O'Shea, you have the viewers up in arms tonight.
Oh,
Jelly, man. O'Shea, see that?
anyhow,
Yan come and gone.
while we await her
O'Shea?
coming back, um,
Hush, one is
we're
back.
just gonna put another question forward to Genevieve and Sade. Um,
Sorry about that, guys.
all right, Yannick is here, so we're gonna make you feel welcome to the party. And like I asked the other two young ladies, I think Japan would have been your second Olympic Games. You can correct me if that was your
First.
first.
It was my
First.
first.
Oh, so you were you're scripted
She had a
underneath
mix up
Anastasia
mix
Genevieve.
of
Anyhow,
jelly with.
yeah.
Mhm.
Japan is where you experienced Olympics. I know
Yeah.
all your life you were saying, I want to be an Olympian. And I remember when you made that team at the trials, I was there and I was like, yes, because everybody know that I have a bias to certain persons. And I was so happy when
So
you made the team. But just tell us were you excited to go to Japan because you were going to Japan in the COVID period? But that's where the Olympics were. Were you excited, Yannick, to jet off to Asia?
Of course, because it was my first time going to Japan, so I was excited and I was happy. But the experience for me was a bit weird because it was during the pandemic. So though I was excited to go to Japan, I wasn't sure what it would be like because I knew it was going to be a lot of restriction with the whole COVID thing. But it was a very good experience. And no, I went to Japan before. I think it was my second time. Sorry, guys. It was my second time because I went to the World Relays in Japan.
Oh yeah, that was
Yes.
my second time.
Yes, it's our second time because we went to the World Relays.
I
So
never
that was
remember
the
the war
first.
release. Oh, that was
Yeah.
me and Yannick. I think we have a picture there too.
Yes, we have a picture
Wow.
there. Yes.
I never
I just
remember.
remember. And this is why, as athletes, we have to write down the places that we go because sometimes we don't remember.
Yeah, I never remember. I tell him it's my first time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was my second time. It was definitely my second time. So, yes, I can compare it. The first time, it was good because a lot of person was fascinated with us as black people, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm short in Jamaica, but over there I'm a tall person because the Japanese people them tall, them tiny.
Tiny.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the bed them in Japan is so tiny as well.
Yes,
So,
I remember now. And the bathroom tight.
but everything is tiny for me in Japan.
I'm
So
a
I,
5'9".
we needed Yannick to come in because Jenny brain it just
No, with
went to
Olympics,
sleep.
that was different. Olympics was different. But the first time I
Yeah,
went to Japan, we were experiencing Japan. But with
Japan.
Olympics,
Yeah,
they
we were
made things.
outside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with Olympics, everything was made according to the athletes they were coming in to make them comfortable. With Japan, we had to experience Japan from Japan. Olympics, we're just there to compete. So the
yeah,
toilet
and
was good, the bathroom was good, everything.
yeah,
But you see,
that was
where
good
we
for
live,
me too.
you
The
see, where we
heated
live.
toilet
But
seat.
interesting perspective because now it was a good thing to then compare and contrast because having experienced Japan before for both of you ladies and to know that you were going back under different circumstances, you have already detailed some of the differences that you would have encountered, meaning that the first experience sounded like you was very excited, but when you landed, Yannick, and you got down on the airport and like what were you struck by what you saw, the restrictions the other ladies gave their perspective? What was going through your head at the time? Were you like, Lord God, may I go back home, or what may I do? What was the thought that was going back to your head?
Well, for a lot of person who don't know, when there's championships and there's a games, it's two different things. So when it's a championship, most times we will stay at hotels and we're out in the public. When it's at games, we're in a big village that we don't usually come out of. So it is like a big community that you have access to everything. So that's the experience was like for me with the Olympic Games. So I was excited to see what an Olympic village would look like because I've never been in an Olympic village. So even though there was a lot of restrictions and it was not the same experience like I had at World Relays, it was good because you had everything to your access in the village and you were seeing the athletes and we were able to interact with each other. So you never feel that lonely, you never feel like it was COVID because we were out and we were about and we were around each other. We had shops that we could go, we had food, we had everything in that village. So it was a different experience, but we were still experiencing Japan just in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I know Shade and Jenny said they were fine with the bed. They were quite impressed at the quality of the
Yeah.
bed. What was your opinion of the bed? Because everybody was making a big deal out of it to say, boy, this and
Social
that and that.
media.
Mm,
Social media will kind of trick you about a lot of things,
kinda.
and I think the bed was one of it. When I went, I was there jumping on the bed and showing my families and friends, like, cause they were like, when you got Japan, nobody
Bread I
make
got
Japan
spread
for the
out.
bed.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
You may tell them so homemade bed did little and tougher than that. It comfortable and
exactly.
homemade
The bed
bed.
was giving hotel, but it was just a
Yeah.
twin size. It was just
Yeah.
small. It was very much comfortable. I still have my blanket. You get a big
Yeah,
comfortable
yeah, yeah,
blanket.
yeah.
You get your good mattress. The mattress was soft. Your good soft pillows. I mean, it was good. You got everything to your comfort. I could jump on the bed. I mean, no disrespect to Shade, but she's a bigger athlete than me, and she can she comfortable on the bed. So you can
She could have bust
imagine
a handstand from the
It was
bed.
comfortable.
exactly. The throws was comfortable on the bed. I believe the probably only thing it would be a little short, but
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I was
that's the
about to
only
ask
thing.
you, Yannick, because you said that when you're in Jamaica, you're short, but when you're over there, you are, a giant. So I was wondering how you fit on that bed if you're a giant over there.
Listen, it was like a queen size for me because I'm little.
It was small.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it was not that bad as how people made it look. But I guess for the world champs, it's not going to be the same because they will be in hotels.
Big old bed.
Yeah, and it would be
Hotel
like it would
bed.
be like the world relays experience for us
Okay.
Yeah.
because and the hotels in Japan are very nice because you have the
Mm-hmm.
malls and the hotel and it's
Yeah.
giving luxury and you know that
Mm.
Japan is a technological place. So
So when I
for
get the
who
wave of phone, so when some I've seen where them giving the phones and stuff. So they get the Samsungs, they get the phone to carry
only
on.
for the Olympics.
Was it the
Oh,
flip phone? Was it flip phone thingy?
No.
Well, no, we went to 2021. So flip
Yeah, the
never
Oh,
flip
come in
phone
yet.
just, yeah, the flip just come out. 2016, 2021 was just regular Samsung phone. The one that
Samsung.
was just got come out, them give
so
Yeah.
we.
it's
So
just
the
Me
for
no
the
know
person
them
moment.
who
name.
went to Paris got flip.
So it's
Yeah.
just for the moment, and you don't get to carry them home.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah. It
yes.
is
Ours.
yours.
It's ours.
It's yours to keep.
Yeah, it's a souvenir phone with the Olympic. I
Ring
still have mines. It's
engraved in
still
it.
world. Yeah.
The
That's
Olympic ring is engraved in the
How
phones.
would how would want to know how was the heat in the room?
Heat.
only thing I remember that was heated was the seat, the toilet seat. Kudos to Japan for that. The
Yeah, at
seat
where
there.
relays. At
It
where relays. Oh
makes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. At Olympics. You have heated seat. But in the rooms weren't hot.
Mm-mm.
Even no, in the rooms weren't hot. We
But
have a regular
Japan was
fan.
hot, but the room never hot.
Yeah, hot.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Cause
Cause
when
that
we
that
running,
that was what I was gonna go to next. That how
mm-hmm.
was it differently outside in terms of even at the warm up track, competing track? What was the temperature like? I mean, Japan was in the summer. Athletes are gonna be going back later September. What was the environment temperatures like there? Was it something you could cope with coming from Jamaica?
Well,
But
all I
thinking
remember
about it,
is
the Olympics
I
for me was hot.
very hot. It was hot like the devil's ass crack. Me tell you that from now. You see, when you're
Yeah.
going out there, they have to store
But
water
world
in your
relays was kind
lane.
of cold.
Yeah, because it
Yeah,
was
it did hot
very
for
relays was
true.
in April. But you see, in September going to
Oh yeah,
October,
that's why it
Japan
was
had the
cool.
Hot.
when we were running, they had to throw water on the track when you put out your hand. So if you carry a water bottle out there, down the lane
Wow.
where you put in your hand, that's how hot it was. That's
I
that is
don't take
that's
off my clothes in training. I'm always fully clothed, and to how it did help
wet.
me there for strip
Shanice
down.
can
you
testify
know.
to that. Wait. Especially for the chores them out there in the ring how long. Can you know so sometimes you know get your chores them, you have to out there every minute. Oh Lord,
hmm
wait.
It,
But
it was hard for real.
they never have that problem because every time I see Shade is stop and they must stop
Oh,
me
it's
there.
cool.
Shade
True.
ever
Me
caution.
having that problem at Doha. Remember Doha? Qatar.
No, no, no. Doha, a
Why
different
them do it?
situation.
Doha was a
No, remember
different
that was
thing.
the Middle East. You can't compare the
Yeah.
Middle East to nowhere.
It was
Remember
Me
say
lose
different.
10
Doha,
pound. I lost 10 pound with that heat at Doha. I went to
Doha
that
Stadium.
championship overweight, and by the time I was ready to compete, I was at my competition weight.
Yeah,
Wow.
Doha Stadium have AC. The Doha Stadium is
Yeah, but the
AC.
So
stadium
all the
had
people
AC.
so
Hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
so so you're saying Yanni that all the people that need to lose weight is that easy way to lose it is just to go to Doha.
Yeah. Hmm. But
They
you
Hot.
have to
don't
do
need
a
to
little
get
workout
deep.
too. Doing it with the workout, it kind of speed up the
Yeah. Weight loss.
Process.
that. Yeah. Hmm.
I couldn't go then
So
because me
so
have
fast
no weight.
forward, yeah. So yeah, oh what they're saying some countries that issue to eat. Of course, there were complaints about that. But fast forward to competition time, and I know you guys competed in a virtually empty stadium, right? Was it void of everybody? But for you, this I think the same stadium that you guys competed with is gonna be the same stadium that this world's gonna be kept. Were you impressed by the setup of the stadium, the size of the stadium? What was it like, even without crowds being in there for all three of you when you enter the stadium for the first time?
Me
Who
not think. I
you
first time
wanna
like
decide who go
Okay.
first?
Okay. For
uh,
me. I will definitely put Tokyo, Japan stay in my top three. I have Shanghai, Doha, and Japan. Because we're so used to having people in the stadium, especially us ladies or athletes who are so used to the boys and girls championship, the Olympic Games was very intimate for me because we normally get our energy from the crowd. We normally get our feed from the crowd. For me, I had to get motivation from my teammates based on what they were doing, hence expecting the energy from the crowd. And how the stadium was set up is like as you cross the line, you have somebody at the finish line ready to hand over a mask to you, no matter how hot it was. I had that picture on Google to how I'm doing an interview and I have to lift up the mask, and this is me. As soon as you run, they give you a mask. So my experience was very intimate. I had to look for motivation or get motivation from my teammates' performance than getting it from the crowd because it was empty. You only had the officials inside, and they did this little cute thing where they had some cutout cardboards of athletes and put them in sections there to give it
Oh
a
yeah, I
feel
remember
that
that.
they're there. You're not getting the noise, but at least you know so they see them. Some little cardboard cutout of athletes was there.
Technology, we're technologists.
For you,
Shade.
Yannick,
Huh?
what was it like, Yannick?
Oh.
All right, so for me, the stadium, because we're just talking about the stadium, because I don't want to talk about my whole experience. So the stadium for me, I don't know if you guys remember that was there, but the stadium they had the seats in different colors, and it was like an imitation of persons sitting in the crowd.
An
So
illusion.
yeah, an illusion, yeah. So like if you're sitting, if you're on the track and you look up, you would think that people is in the stadium because of the different colors that they put them
Mm-hmm.
in. So if you're there to compete and you're so focused on running or competing, you will not recognize that there are not persons there. The only thing that will be missing is the crowd, the noise, the
Nice,
chanting.
yeah.
But if you're so focused on your race and you normally block the noise out, you not remember that. Yeah, you not remember that. Okay, we don't have real people in the stands. So that was it for me. And the whole mask thing, though, because I'm an asthma person, I never like to wear the mask. It makes it hard for me to breathe, but I had to wear the mask. You realize that though they couldn't speak English, they were very nice people. Japan people are very, very nice people. That's my experience, though. They're very nice people. They try the best to communicate with you or make you feel comfortable. I remember after falling and I had to put on the mask, but I fell and I was crying and I was just storming out the stadium, and they were calling me back to put on the mask, and then he was like, Let her go," because he saw what happened, and he was like, let her go, don't rush her to put on her mask." And for me that was good because though there were certain protocol, he understood that it was just a very vulnerable time for me and he allowed me to go without wearing the mask. But as I said, the stadium itself, it was good. It was a fast track as well, but because of the heat, you weren't able to focus a lot, because it's when you go down on your marks, you rush your phases just so you get off of the track. Cause if you have to go down on your marks and you feel the heat, is like it's a little distracting because it's like something piercing in your knee, and say, all right, you have to stay still because you have to stay for the gun and don't get no fast start or whatever. So I never liked the heat when it touched the track, but everything else for me was good.
Shade, for you?
Shade.
I mean, as Yannick said, I mean, as an athlete, you're not worried about that. The atmosphere was good. We were there in the village, just seeing other athletes, around our teammates, everybody focused and ready. Nobody cares about, well, for me, I didn't care about who was in the stand. And I think they did the imitation and illusion of the sound, like when the gun go off.
Yeah, they
Oh,
did.
yeah, we hear one big crowd, not a crowd. So they did that. They tried their best, to make us comfortable and yeah, to perform. Yeah, because we got good performance, barring
Yeah.
whatever that was going on. So at least we're still locked in despite everything going on.
And I
Uh,
think they cared a little more. I think they had a little more patience with us. with a lot of things because you knew that it was a very, vulnerable time for the world itself. So they had a lot of patience with us. We weren't short of nothing. They were so patient and kind.
It was good. That's
I
good.
want to ask you, Yannick. I mean, I think Jenny said it earlier, and that when it came down to exploring, especially comes down to the cuisine and the different kind of things that were, even though it was limited, that was on offering. Did you stay over the Caribbean side, like she said, because she never bother with the age and stuff? Because I know a lot of
I'm a
people like
foodie.
to.
I am a foodie.
Oh, so
I
you,
am a
you
foodie,
explored.
and to be honest, for me, Japan was one of the best food place that I've been to in a while. Why? I said that I took different things and make it into a meal. I loved going for food at Japan because you get to because Japanese people food it's well done.
Plastic.
And no,
Like
well,
the way
even
to
if
look
it's
like
No,
plastic, it's
but
it's well done
was
plastic
the
no,
because
I'm
plastic?
at least I won't have to. I didn't have to think about the undercooked food. So you have the things them cook
Ah,
crispy or well done, and you have the little sauce. Like we as Jamaican, we love Chinese food, right? So just think about it as having Chinese food, different
Oh,
Chinese food every day, and you have your sushi, and it was listen, it was nice for me. The only difference is they try to cook different cuisine, but I stick to the Japanese food because that's what they can cook best. I didn't try to eat them Caribbean whatever because it would never close to no Caribbean nothing that I'm used to. So I stayed away from that. But for the most part, the food was good.
food was great.
Um, some
interesting.
my
That's
some
interesting.
my question is, I know Genevieve and Yannick went to Japan 2 times on different occasions. How safe do you feel in Japan? What was security like? What was the perception of safety being in
Safety was
Japan?
really, really good. Listen, even though you're just like as an athlete, them still checking accreditation. You still have to go through security checkpoint where they check your temperature, where they check your bags. So, any championship you go to be honest, you feel safe there because their security checkpoint is on point and it's very strict. We know they know that you're athletes, but for you to go to point A to point B, you have to have the accreditation. You have to have your meal tickets. If they issue up meal tickets, but they don't issue up meal tickets, the accreditation make you eat meals. You can't eat a meal if you're in a Jamaica jersey. You have to have an accreditation. So we felt safe there. I felt safe there. Any championship or games that we go to, we feel safe there because their priority is the athletes. I think the only way athletes don't feel safe is especially in 2016 when athletes went go to celebrate with their medals and party and get drunk and laugh and people rob them.
Mhm.
That's because you're outside
Wow.
of the village. But when you
Okay.
are inside of the village, we are safe.
no.
Okay,
Okay.
interesting.
Share this, the same perspective for you, Yanni. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah.
And just the harder, like, what's the village like? So you go into a village, the Japan kind of village. What do you see? So if somebody's going now, the new athletes are going and they're probably planning to carry them phone to take pictures. What is it that they're likely to see? Is a lot of Japanese image? What's the vibe like? What's the image like?
Well, for me in Japan, they're more fascinated with us than anything because, as I said, there's not a lot of black people there, and we look bigger in size as well. Our air texture is different. We're gonna have so much different things. So you find that people is more staring at you, are trying to ask you questions. Oh, can I take a picture? You're like a celebrity there, whether or not you do sports or not. Once you go to Japan, you're going to basically be a celebrity. I think everything is close in proximity, so you won't have to worry about safety. Because I remember I was at the hotel and I could walk from the hotel to like the malls and the shopping center. So everything was so close that you could just walk and go. So I don't think that athletes would have to worry about exploring and getting lost or I mean being afraid because everything is there. As I said, Japan full of technology. So you can, even though you don't speak Japanese, there's something to translate it. They have Wi-Fi everywhere. You can connect to the Wi-Fi, whatever. The only thing I noticed with Japan is that they don't really use WhatsApp, so you have to download the app that they use.
Yeah.
So if you're going to Japan and thinking that your regular WhatsApp going to work, it's not going to work. You have to, if it does work, you have to use VPN. So I think a lot of Jamaicans or Americans or whomever had problems with that restriction. But while you're there, you'll get the hang of it and find ways to use it. But as I said, there's information everywhere and how the villages are set up and the hotels. When you go for these championship, the athlete is their number one priority. So they're always going to make sure that we're safe. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Interesting, because that's a good way now to ask the next question. Um, what and so you have both experience, and when you were not restricted, as you said, there are exciting places to go. For those who are going, I know they're going to compete and it's championship, but after the championship done, it's gonna be a time for you to explore and to enjoy. What are some go-to places? What are some go-to events or ventures that you think as Jamaicans and people that is we don't often dwell in that culture that we need to experience and partake in when they get to Tokyo this year?
Well, I would call myself strict athlete. I think I'm a very laid back. So when I go to championships or games, I don't go outside. So even though I finish compete, I'm always inside because our championship is not finished. I know a lot of athletes go outside to get souvenirs and stuff. So the athletes them who are going to Tokyo this year, they should check souvenir shops, get things, try food outside of the village, and experience the Japan life. For me personally, I don't really go outside of a game or a championship to experience anything. Definitely going to change that for the coming years that I have left in the sport. But when I finish
Yes,
compete,
you need
I'm
to.
always just yeah, yes, Bahamas for this year.
We were
No, for the
outside.
coming, we were outside. Okay,
Jelly said,
I was
the way Jelly
outside
said outside enough, she was outside.
side eating
Outside
yogurt, but experience the culture because I know that
the culture.
especially when we have diamond leagues, we have athletes who get to go out in town and to experience the culture where they have cultural dance, souvenir shops. So I'll definitely tell athletes to do that because it's not alone about competing, it's about enjoying your work. And I think that even motivate yourself too to say that, oh, I made a team to Japan next year. Let us say World Championship, I keep a Shanghai, definitely going to make it because I want to experience the people, experience the food, and experience their culture. Yeah.
Awesome. Did you get any of those souvenirs, Shade? Are you not you're like Jenny that don't go out after competing?
I mean, for Tokyo, for other meets, yes. Other games, we were able to go outside and experience the country. But for Tokyo, we're strict. I think it was we only had 48 hours before we had to leave after we compete. So I was
Yeah.
just
Yeah, Shade, remember we were at the airport, they ship we out.
Yeah.
like,
We were
As
at
guys,
the
they
airport.
finish,
you
you
this
have
is
to
Airport
my,
was so
leave.
this is my
empty.
country. Like, this is my country now.
So
They ship us out right as we done run.
As a
It
Meaning,
was
you
me and
know,
you on that trip.
what they
Yeah.
mean now, you know, is if you only make it through the one round, pack your bags and leave in.
A
that should happen.
lie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That should
oh,
happen
Yeah,
now.
remember? The
no,
That
heat
should
I
of
but
happen
the
I
now.
don't
heat.
I don't think that's fair because just imagine somebody like me, right? When at Tokyo I fell. I never have any control over that. I mean, it's already depressing that you come so far and you don't make it to the next round and you drop. You really gonna shit me off. So I'm gonna enjoy
Nah,
myself
so
little.
you think I'm gonna give you 24 hours then? You think 24
Yeah,
hours? 24
let
hours.
me just unload the stress. I go somewhere, go experience
24
the.
hours.
Yeah, I come so far. You just dash my waist so come and I really make it to the next round.
But that
But
was
I
just
thought
only for 2021.
No, they
For the
should have do
rest
it
of
for
the
Yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
that's
They need to
true.
do it this year too.
so them got
so like for
You down
now,
there, what's your name again? That's you're not a good person. You have to think about the athlete's mental health. Some people definitely
Mental.
they need that. Hmm.
Davian,
release.
you make Yanni
My
come and say that.
okay. My next question. Since your point
No,
on it,
once you come before you
hold
say that,
on.
just
No,
a
let
follow up
me.
behind
No,
the
let me
back.
answer the question that they asked before.
Should not miss the question. All right, go ahead.
So
I
what I
don't
was
remember
going
the
to say,
question. What was the
oh,
question?
No, we're talking about the go-to place
Oh,
that you must go and buy stuff, get stuff, see stuff.
so my two
Some place that you
experiences.
remember.
The first one I bought. yeah, if you guys know that Japan has, what I would say now. You ever
Antiques.
notice when you go to the Chinese shop, them have everything for every reason? So I bought household stuff, guys. So yes, I have some stuff, some container stuff that I bought. I bought gadgets. I bought a lot of stuff. I don't remember, but I still have them around, using them in my house. That was for my first trip because I mean it was the first time the shorter hurdle was running, and we made it to the finals, but we did not run the finals. I had a little more free time on my hand, so I went around. I bought different food stuff, try different snacks, foods. Japan has a lot of snacks, a lot of different type of snacks. So for example,
Yeah.
if you eat Lay's, you have, say you have a Lay's that has turkey or some other weird things that
Yeah.
you could
Like it's
try.
meat flavored. It's meat flavored. 'Cause
Yes,
this
they
is
have
fermented
different.
rum, you know. This is
Oh,
fermented
you
rum
have,
from Japan.
yeah,
Send me a
Jenny,
piece.
I
listen,
was
Send me a
about to.
shot.
Okay.
Send me a shot.
Jenny, I
I
You
was
have
never
a
do
about
lot
this,
of
So,
kids?
things
so
from
Jenny,
Tokyo, but them the all of,
Yeah.
as I say, I buy storage containers, I buy
Mm-hmm.
gadgets, I buy
how
so
you get
much
to buy the
stuff.
all of those, but
All right.
Yanni?
And
Because
I
that
do
is it
Adam
now.
more,
You
Because
see
Adam
with
more.
Japan stuff, all right, for example, the storage container. So if it's a big box, when you buy it, it is flat. So you could put
flat,
it in
yeah,
your
it
bag.
fold, it's folded
Yeah, it's
with a
folded.
little string. And
Mm.
I don't remember their traditional clothing. I don't know what you
Oh
call
yeah,
the
I
little
took
thing you wrap
pictures in
around.
that.
Took picture,
Can't
you
find
can
that.
take picture. Same thing like when we go to Doha, you see people on the camels. So athletes can
Mm.
get experience to try on their traditional clothing and take
Yeah.
pictures in and even buy it too. 'Cause I think you're
A
allowed to
lot of
buy
the
it as
malls
well.
have them. A lot of the
Yeah.
malls have them. Yeah, because that's their
Mm.
number one thing. The clothes, the thing that the shoes thing that you will look small when them put them
With them
foot in
foot,
on.
them toe folding on, with them frame, them
Yeah,
foot. Yeah.
they
No,
have the
your
all
history,
about
guy.
different candies, food stuff.
Yes.
The food stuff, the snacks, the juice.
Pork
They have
candy.
so much snacks
Mm.
and yeah, and candy. I bought a lot of different type of chocolates. But I will for something. I can't remember all of
And
them,
like how
but
Shade
yeah, go
always,
out.
But,
and like how Shade always
but that kind of
eating. Shade
interesting
look
though
like she a
because
love over there.
Japan,
Cause Shade I eat from Shade come backstage up to now. So Shade with
yeah,
the candy thing.
Shall they enjoy their popcorn? But what I want to know, because that's interesting, Yannick. You said that they have a lot of stores with these confectionaries, but Japan people just so petite. Is a case where them not eat it, or
Let
them
me eat
just
it.
prepare it for
Eat it.
tourists?
Let me eat it. I must
What's
get
that?
I was saying because of the amount of candies and snacks that they have, but they look a different build from
They
genetic.
look
us.
like me.
That
Genetic.
It just look
Asians
more
eating small,
luxurious.
Them
but
eating up.
Asians eating small
Yeah,
portions. Cause you know when I watch
Them
K
eat a
them
dramas
lot.
with
eat
the Korean,
wally.
they eat a lot but in small portions. Like they eat
There's a
like 5
trick about
a.m.,
Japan.
8 a.m. Then they have a meal at 12, then they have a meal at 4, then they have a meal at 7. But they eat in small
I think the thing
portions.
reason why they don't get fat is because they're always having. If you notice, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, they have some warm soup or something, and they'll
The warm
always tell
water.
you to eat
one more.
something to get something warm before. So when you,
Yeah.
I don't want to go into the science of it, but they say when you eat something warm before having a meal, it's good because it helps with the digestion. So I guess that's
Yeah.
a part. That's why you notice that there's so much small people in Japan. Every time you go to buy something, they ask you
There's a hot
soup
water.
first, yeah, or
Or they
some
have
hot
a hot
something.
water. Like literal water.
Yeah,
They boil in a one cup, you just drink that.
yeah. So they
I,
had a lot of that because I
I,
tried
I
some
never start eat.
noodles that the Japanese, they have some noodle shop all over the mall that I went to. So that it allows you to try all of those fancy noodles things that you see on what you call it, on
The K
TV.
Like
dramas.
And
noodle and something.
yeah, and Sade. I don't know if I remember, was at the airport. This is the
Yeah.
first time I've ever went somewhere and
Yeah.
see a vending machine with food, actual prepared food. So it's like you buy
Yeah.
a plate of rice and peas
and then make
and
it.
chicken
And
from
you
the
just
vending
put it
machine.
and put it in the
Yeah.
microwave.
Yeah.
That's how
No,
they're
no, you get it hot, everything.
oh, because I
Yeah.
know the convenience shops, like
Yeah, you have some.
you can buy your juice and you just put it under the ice, you get it and you throw it. And it's cheap,
Yeah,
very
All
Japan
right.
is
cheap.
cheap too. Yes, that's why I
So
bought a lot of household stuff.
we're talking about buying stuff. What currency? Did they take US or Jamaican
Uh,
dollars?
No,
No,
apparently,
I'm
No,
just
you have to
joking.
convert your money when you get
Conversion.
there.
You just said
you
Jamaican
have to
dollars?
convert. I don't think a lot of shops didn't take the USD
So
from
so
from me.
so I represent Jamaica a couple of years back in Feel Lucky. So what would you tell the athletes in converting their money before they go? Do it in Jamaica. Is there a currency that Japan use apart from, I think it's not the yen, right?
I
No?
don't.
Yeah,
Yen and
it's
the
yen.
Chinese.
Then it's
Yen,
Chinese.
yen is Chinese. Something.
Mm-hmm.
So
It
Something.
named
it,
something close to that.
do they
Penny.
use do they use a currency, or do they substitute it with like the US dollars? I wouldn't necessarily, because you can't go Bank of Jamaica and say, or go to the normal Scotia or NCB and say, may I go Japan, may I
You
change the
wait
money to
until
this.
you go to Japan. I would
You wait.
advise anybody to wait, and not only that, when you're going into a different country, it's good to have cash, but you want to use a card. It's best to
Yen
carry
is correct. Yen
is
is
yen.
correct. Yeah, yen is
So it's
correct.
yen.
Yen,
So
yen,
whoever
yen,
said
yen.
yen
Yeah.
is correct. That's the currency for
Okay.
Japan.
Yes.
But you can
Okay.
change the money when you go. Some places take US most, but you want to have the currency so you don't have to ask. Because I don't know if you know anywhere going to the world, people going to scam you. So if you're going to the markets or a certain place that you have locals, they're not going to charge you. When they say that you don't know what you want or you don't know what you're doing, they will tell you something else or take the money from you like, oh, this is it. And if you don't stand up firm, you get scammed.
I went
Yeah.
I went to Cuba, and Cuba have two different money. You have a dirty
Yeah,
money,
man.
and you have the right money. And we sold all our merchandises for the wrong money. When we went
See?
back into the village, it valued nothing at all.
Yeah, I
So
Exactly. So that's why you have to know. You have to act like you know, even if you don't know. You sometimes you just need to test people, you know. Say, no, no, it's not for this. I'm going over that one. And they were like, okay, come, come.
I said scammer is scamming the
We
scammers.
say like Jamaicans,
Scammer is
we
scamming.
ball it down.
Yeah.
Right, so,
But there's something I want to know. I mean, you guys have been there at so for two ladies twice. Shade, you've been there once. The language. Everybody always say in Jamaica. You know, when they hear a little strange sound, people are talking at Japanese. Did you learn anything? Were you excited to learn anything? Did you strike up any conversation with any Japanese person? You know,
look at Jellyfish.
did
Remember
any
say
of that
Jelly don't
happen?
leave, you know. So I don't that's a Jelly question.
The only thing me
I mean,
know.
probably Japanese athletes. I know they love us. Did you learn a thing or two from them? Like,
Konnichiwa.
you know, we always.
That's
Konnichiwa.
all.
uh,
I
Yeah,
didn't
we
hear that. What was
definitely.
that?
Yeah,
Konnichiwa.
they're very mannerable. The most things them do is this. Konnichiwa. Everywhere you go, you see them.
True, true,
You
true,
bow for the
true.
whole day.
Them very respectful. And the lower the bow
Very,
is
very
I
respect.
learned, the lower the bow is the higher the respect they have for you. So if you know them just go like this, you're a stranger, but them, them still show respect. But if they have an official,
Yeah.
them far reach than me.
Mm.
Far reach than me.
I don't
That's
remember the
very
language.
true.
While I was
But
there, though, I knew the language, but I forget them long time.
But do they flock you as Jamaican athletes? I know everywhere in the world you go, people can associate with people like Usain Bolt and all the others. But once they say the black, green, and gold, do they flock you and run to you? How do you handle that kind of pressure? Because I know when the other athletes get to Japan this year, whether you are there to compete in throws or jumps or sprints or anything, it's like you're gonna always be a center of attraction. How do you help them to navigate that sort of celebrity kind of vibration when they get to Japan, especially with the locals coming at them?
I mean, I get
Well, yeah, and I think
Yeah.
it's all about personal preference too, and how you navigate yourself around, because when we went to Japan for World Relays, all them dep on you and Blake, you and Blake, you and Blake. You and Blake never have to dead there, you
Oh,
and Blake. And they're taking your picture with you, even though you and Blake them want to
you
see.
and Blake.
So,
Yeah.
athletes would just know how to navigate themselves and should know, especially when they're going to training, they're going to have barriers out there where fans are going to be there and want to take pictures and want you to sign autograph. You should know your limit to say, why at training time, let me just take three picture or two
Yeah,
but
because
it's going to be
they're
a
not gonna stop.
they're not going to stop, and it's going to be a very good experience for these athletes. They're going to feel like superstars because
Yep.
they have on the color, and they don't care who you name. They just know that
I can tell you that they
you say
are like
come
that.
from Jamaica. You and Blake come from Jamaica. Even now, if you and Blake go to Japan, they're going flocking. So it's just going to have on the color. Those athletes are going to feel like kings and queens when you go over there. So it's going to be a very, very good experience for them compared to what we had at Olympics. Because I said it was a very intimate game for us, meaning that we didn't have the fans, we didn't have the crowd, but we had each other and we had to lock in within ourselves and our teammates.
Yeah, and
For you, Shade, what was it? What was it like? Do you share that same kind of sentiment to Jenny?
Yeah, man, the people like I said to myself, I remember every game I go to, I remember Tokyo, the people are nice. Nice. Come on, oh my god, hi, and then just put it like, don't get feel good. I was like,
yeah, they really do
I
make
follow me,
it.
I follow you know, me, I follow you 'cause the camera who's see me. Ah, ah.
yeah, they make you feel good for real and polite.
Yeah,
And it depends on who you are. Some athletes, they're not, oh, they don't have the personality that take pictures that are going and stuff, but
Like me, but
like,
I still do it.
yeah, you have to know say that is a job and you be polite to these people are showing a kindness. And come on picture, you go away business as Jenny say it training competition, you know say in a different zone. So
yeah,
maybe competition maybe just say hi or whatever and go away business.
yeah. Keep it
At some
moving.
point you must can take a one picture. Cause these people are very
Yeah,
cool.
The
and to
Japan
know that
people
they
will
don't
actually
have.
make you feel bad if you don't take picture
Yeah.
because
Even
they come you just imagine a whole bunch of little kids coming at you wanting to take pictures and you telling them no. That is not just one person that you're disappointing. You're disappointing so much other persons. So sometimes even if you don't want to give up your time, you're forced to do it because you don't want to see them, go away so
Yeah,
disappointed, see them come one picture. Because I remember when I was in the stands when I went to World Relays, I wasn't competing and I was there watching the races of the other athletes. And I didn't get a chance to watch the races because as soon as I sat down, somebody wanted to take picture. They wanted to do things. And you had some people coming up with little souvenir. I never had to buy souvenirs because they always have something to give
like
in
a pins
return.
or something.
They always,
Yeah,
yes, they have little some is it
pitch.
something
Yeah,
from their culture, pins,
yeah,
something.
painting and stuff. And the good thing about it too,
Especially the kids,
these,
the
yeah,
kids, you don't have you
and the
don't
things that
you don't
these
have to
athletes
be
are
a
going to
star.
yeah,
no,
and the thing
no,
that the
no.
athletes going to Japan this year are going to experience, the Japanese do their research. You're going to have kids with paintings with your name on it already or pictures of you already. Can them Google you? They must say, oh, the 100-meter person come, the discus these
Yeah,
people
what
are
and
greeting
especially if they
you.
do sports, yeah.
They're
Especially if
greeting
they
you
do
with
sports
pictures of
themselves.
yourself. Mm-hmm. And they don't have a lot of people in Japan doing as good as Jamaicans. They have you can count the handful on one hand, but they have performing well. So when you come in as a star, compared to what they're used to, let me tell you, I got the amount of paintings I get with me. Then they don't know who did their job, but I did me. But I did me.
I can go back in my
Oh,
phone and find some of those
I am.
memories too.
Yeah, I'm so surprised to hear that because you'd think otherwise of the Japanese crowd, but I'm really outstanding. But it's something I want. I don't know if you guys remember that young girl with Ansel. Remember when Ansel
Yes,
Yep,
did
young
lose
lady.
them thing and
She
yep,
that's
she's showing you how the Japan persons are, and it's not just us
yeah.
telling you. They're not just nice to you because
Yeah.
they know
If
you.
who,
They're it's just
yeah,
a part. It's just a part of them to be pleasant, to be nice, to be
yep.
welcoming. You're going to feel
Warm,
welcome. As I
warm set
said,
of people. Them.
you would think that is the in Jamaicans we would call some athletes superstar athletes are bigger than some. You think that they're the only athletes that get the attention, but in Japan they don't care. Once you have on the Jamaica colors, like you said, you're going to get that treatment. They flag
Mm-hmm.
every athlete, of course, but as a Jamaican athlete, you will not feel left out because oh you're not one of the big names on the team. You're going to get that attention as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Star.
um
That
It's
interesting,
just a Jamaican
interesting,
shirt.
interesting perspective because
Kelly said it's just a
there's
Jamaican
one thing.
shirt.
It's just a Jamaican
Yeah,
shirt.
I just see
You know,
yeah.
Just
There's one thing I want to ask all three of you. I mean, as we get ready to wind it down, and we're gonna
Athletes.
wind up with some
Get the
exciting
expression. What does that
things
mean?
from.
We're leaving when it just getting hot. Ah,
Well,
You are
Latoya, go ahead. Yeah, but there's something
Just because
I
Jelena's
want all
traveling
three of you
tomorrow,
to.
why she's saying that? The girl's
She's saying
traveling
that.
tomorrow, not like the last time.
Yeah. If you guys can just share, all three of you just share with the listeners, um what is it that you, I mean, it can't be compared to what we have here in Jamaica in terms of how we go about treating with the athlete, but what is your most significant standout moment from the trip? It can be on the track, off the track, but it's something that you use as a life lesson. Like going to Japan, all right, I'm back now and I learned this, and I can put it in any form, any area of life to know that this is how I can advance myself in life. What is that one thing that stands out or stood out for you guys?
all right, I'm gonna go for it.
Shade ready. Shade ready to go.
You can go,
I,
Shadi.
I feel like one thing again, the Japanese people. I remembered. I don't remember if it was after the competition or before, and we're going on the bus, and I saw this guy with a sign like "You are great" or something like that. You can do it. I was like, these people, they make you feel so good about yourself, you know. So I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
showing kindness to everybody, showing kindness to people who come in our country, and even to our own athletes, make us feel special. As other ladies have said that it's not just the stars. Everybody wants to touch. Once them see the colors, them just make you feel special. Not what you're used to. And certain people
yeah,
get attention and love and support. It was just tremendous. So I would say like just being being a good person.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, for me, the takeaway that I took from the championship is when we didn't have anybody in the stands. It helped me to be very focused on yourself, meaning that you don't always need somebody behind you to clap for you to do well, no matter what era in your life. And as athletes, Jamaican athletes, we go through trenches with the Jamaican people. If you're there on your low,
Right? That
trust me, you're going to get it.
Preach
And
it,
I
Jelly.
feel that it gives us a especially me, it gives me a tough skin, especially this season of me not competing the way I wanted to, especially during my injuries. And I think Yannick can attest. I know that Yannick can attest to that too. And no matter what the people are saying in the back, Olympics 2021 has shown me that I have run personal best. I have done one of my best performance with a crowd in the stands. And whatever athletes are going through or persons going through in life, you don't need people behind you clapping you to motivate you. You just need yourself. And that is one of my takeaway, that you is your own rival, you against you and the
You have an
people.
anime?
But
You
yeah,
have an anime?
sir, people now, sir. Cause there were people now, sir. Because
Yeah.
anime.
You have
But for
an
you, Yanni,
anime?
One
Let me tell
second.
you, a
What?
Japanese, tell you. Let me tell you.
I don't remember.
What is
I
something
honestly don't remember.
something Titans, something from Titans. Please, people in the comment, come up, man. Clash on Titans. Me watch that. I think it's a Japanese one. Clash on Titans. I think also, when the people them run full.
I
Me watch
don't
that.
remember that.
Mm-hmm.
but for you, Yannick, what is it? What is your one takeaway from the old Japanese experience, both on both trips? You can take it from
Mm.
either experience, whether the one with the fans and the one without the fans. What is one thing that still sticks with you today?
All right. So for me, I would say the Tokyo 2020 was a special time for me. Um, a lot of person didn't know I made that team with a torn Achilles.
Achilles.
And I made that team with a big feel like all the girls were in the race. We were racing. It's not like previous time we have big lineups, but you have some girls missing. So for me, that was a special meet. And when I went to the Olympics, I fell over the hurdles, and there was a picture that went viral with the girl that helped me
yep,
to
yep.
to stand up after she
Yes.
falling over the hurdles as well. And the love that was there during that time, it made me feel so good, because for me, I worked so hard to make that Olympics. I didn't know I was going to make it, because as I said, it was a very tough field that I came second in, and having the Achilles injury was a next thing. So when I fell at the Olympics, for me, it was like, I worked so hard. I was there with that injured foot, yes, but to come and like, I was like, God, that bring me so far from let me drop. But it was a good thing because it was a saving of my career. Because maybe I would have torn my ruptured my Achilles way worse. So after leaving Tokyo, going back to the persons who were helping me to stay fit during the championship, the doctors, everybody, they were just all nice. They were just like, oh, you did very great. They made me feel like a winner, even though I've lost, even though I fell and I didn't get to accomplish the goal that I wanted to. They made me feel good. I mean, before coming back to Jamaica, that's when I realized that my Achilles was ruptured. The doctor that was working with me at the time, he made sure that, as I said, I'm an athlete that's always getting injuries. He was like, before you go back to Jamaica, make sure that you do tests on everything. Because if a lot of person don't know, but in the Olympic Village, we get a lot of these tests free. So
Free,
the
yeah.
MRI, your eye want to test, you want to go to the dentist, all of these things, you get it free in the village. So because I had so much injuries, he was like, I want you to be good next year because you did so good with this injury. So I'm going to make sure that you do all your tests. And he made sure that I did everything. I was in a boot at the time. I was not able to collect my boot because they shipped me off because we don't run. And he sent the boot and he sent it and he was like with a letter, hopefully you don't have to do a surgery, even though I ended up doing a surgery. But he was like, make sure you wear your boot, everything. And just the kindness. He didn't have to do all of that, but he did it. It shows you how their culture are. They don't have to know you personally, but they will go out of their way to make sure that you're all right. So for me, that shows how that no matter where you go in the world, you're gonna have and find some genuine people that they're going to be genuine without associating themselves to your success just
Yeah.
because of the person that they meet you as just a normal human being. And even as I said, when I fell, the persons that were there, they made me feel, even when I was being rude, well, to some people it was rude because they were stopping me for interviews and stuff, but I was in so much distress of everything that was happening. I was just, going away from
Mm.
everybody. And they understood. They were so kind. And when they saw me the next time, they were like, we know you were upset. And what they're trying to speak the English because, of course, they can't speak English. But they hugged me, and it was just a very, very good experience. And as I said, Japan has some of the most lovely people that I've ever met across the world.
Mm.
So
Awesome,
Yannick,
awesome there. I know
I
I said
take
my
that.
final
No
question.
matter
I'm
where you
just
go
gonna
in the
ask
world, you have
this
to
before.
give people the option of experiencing you.
Awesome.
So
Outside, I
it's
said that is something I would have never sort of envisioned from
from just looking at the
those kind of people.
outside.
They know we have stereotypes, and that is why it's good to hear from you guys perspective live what you saw there, what you experienced there, and how others can look forward. There's one thing I want to ask, and this is my final one before I throw to the other two guys and listen for the rest of what is to come. Do you guys have any connections, athletes connections from Japan? I know Japan athletes love Jamaicans. I know they came here for camps, they came here for training. Do you guys have any connections from Japan, specifically Japanese athlete that to this day you can link or you guys communicate or share thoughts with anybody, any friends, any I know answer have film friends same way, but what are you boy you guys?
Oh, not me. No, no, no for me.
I lost contact with the person that I was had contact with, which was the doctor. So nobody else. But one thing
Uh
I know that the Japanese people do, I'm not sure if you guys get it every year, but every year the
Emails.
Japanese, the emails, and they send us a calendar, a very nice calendar every year. I'm not sure if you get it, Shadi or
So,
Jelly, but
so that's my
every
link.
year the Japanese people,
Yeah,
yeah,
and to
that's the
send
only.
pictures over, yeah, to send pictures over to them signed and stuff. They send their mailing address, so you can just print your pictures with your signature and send it over. And
Oh,
these are young athletes. No matter if you
PayPal
haven't
awesome.
met
days.
them, yeah.
You go
PayPal.
on Google and find
PayPal.
you. And
PayPal days.
Answer. Yeah. Super. I like that.
That's really nice.
It sound like I need to move to Japan. But over to your latte and to get Geneva a little bit more exciting now.
Yannick, I want to ask you a question. This is outside, but because you spoke on it, just a thought about it. on the Achilles, I just want you to just explain what the Achilles is or what that injury is, because a lot of, no, I don't want you to tell me about yours. I just want you to explain what it is, because that word, the Achilles, at least having an Achilles injury or stuff like that, can't run, has been going on in the space for so much athletes and for so many years. And us, the fans, take it lightly, that,
Yeah.
oh, so I mean, she run on it before, so why she can't run on it now and that. So I just want you to just educate, yes, right, educate us on what the Achilles is and what it's like, when you say we have an injury.
Okay, so the Achilles is the biggest tendon in your body. It is the tendon between your ankle and your foot. So it's the thickest, the biggest and the thickest tendon in your body. So think about it as a chicken bone, a chicken leg. You know that white thing in the chicken leg that is hard to cut? That is your Achilles in the human form. So you see when that you have to use a special knife to cut that white thing in the chicken bone, right? That means it's very hard to cut. It's not as easy to cut as the muscles of the chicken, the softer part of the chicken or the bone.
Question. Question. Me never know say leg of me not eat leg, so me never know say there why something in a leg.
Yes,
I lie.
You
yes.
never
Me not eat
know.
leg.
Yes, it
Me not
is.
eat
It's
leg.
string.
Yes,
Me
It's
no
like a
cook
piece of
leg.
string. It's like a piece
it's
of
a
No cook
string.
So
leg.
string. All
welcome,
right.
so I can go ahead and say, welcome to Track and Field Partner, where we educate about everything in this space. We don't just talk about track and field, but we educate while we learn. Correct? Yanni just need Jerry something.
Me
Very
never
Yeah.
eat leg.
So
learning.
yes, as I said, that white thing, it's so hard for cut. So you see when an athlete tear, strain, pop, whatever, once an athlete hurt that the Achilles, that means it's going under a lot of pressure. For us as hurdler, it some of us one foot is going to go under more pressure than the other. For me, it was my lead leg. My lead leg is my strongest leg. When you keep on pounding that foot, putting it under a lot of stress, after a while, it gonna things gonna happen. So it's not when you injure Achilles, you cannot just sit down and let it repair. You definitely have to go under the knife. I've done
Mhm.
PRP treatments. I've done 3 PRPs before doing an Achilles tendon surgery. The PRP was to bring back new cells and stuff, so it naturally heal because it
Blood
wasn't
and new
fully,
blood.
yeah, new blood and everything. But because it wasn't fully torn at that time, I could have done PRPs. But once that white string or that tendon is tear, the only way for it to fix is to do a surgery. And like they used to call it, it is a career for a reason
Ending
because depending on how bad that Achilles is torn, you're not sure how
to
much
come
of
back.
it you can save. So if it is torn so bad, you have to cut off the bad piece, reattach it. I'm not a doctor, so I can't really. I'm just telling you based on my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So when it is torn, you have to cut off the bad piece, reattaching. The rehab for it is longer because when I did my surgery, they told me that I had a year and a half because I never only had an Achilles. I had like my bone was cracked and it was sticking in the Achilles. So that was what made it tear more. So it's like you have an open wound and something a juke in it. So imagine me running and that joking.
Yeah.
It don't only affect you in your running life. And some injuries as athletes we get it and it only affects us when we're on the track. The Achilles injury, it is what make you walk. It's what
Yep.
make you do everything. So imagine me getting up every morning for training. I have to be hop. My mother used to say
In
every day you get up and hop around your house like your dog, like a stone dog. Cause I would be like this.
yeah. Yeah, and what the fans need to understand as well as Yannick explained is from the heel or the foot bottom going up to the ankle, it also will affect her
Calf.
as well. As you say, it affects her outside of track and field. As girls, you want pretty up. You're
Can't
restricted to
wear
only
heels. I can't.
slippers. You can't wear heels, sneakers. It's very uncomfortable to travel with because I have a similar injury to
Yeah, I had to
Yannick.
go a size up because
Yeah, I have a
because of
similar.
sneakers.
And by the grace of God, my tendon no pop. I have heel from 2020 to 21 and still running with it without the surgery. I'm supposed to do the surgery, and I tell you, man, you have jabbing pain, burning pain. It's like your bone has
Stabbing,
something has stabbed you
every pain
in
possible.
there.
Every pain
Hmm.
possible. Worst injury.
It work in a
Listen, I've
hamstring.
injured from my head to my toe. I want athlete that injured from my head to my toe, and I can tell you, you
It's
see
the
the
worst
Achilles
one.
injury. Run far from it if you can. It's the grace of God why I was saved from it, but run because
Yeah.
the next thing that a lot of persons don't know, the Achilles can be so bad not to have surgery, and bad enough for you to have surgery. So if you're in the middle of it, it's like you can't go do surgery because it's not completely torn, but it's still bad enough for you to run on,
Yes,
to
it run.
train on, to do all of those
And the
things. So
pain. You have to
so
withstand the
sometimes it's
pain.
best. Sometimes it's best you rupture it because at least you know you have to go do the surgery than having to be
Yeah.
in the middle of.
In the pain all the time. And the thing is, you have to push off of the Achilles to the blocks first. I'm a person who have to push off of the left leg. I have to switch my block setting so I don't push off of it at the blocks. And my handicap on the next foot. So you
Listen,
know me
I
look
had to
slow I
run
come
in a
out of
distance
blocks.
spikes. I have to do, and Jenny touched a topic on the heels and stuff. So a lot of person don't know because when I had my Achilles and I did surgery, they were telling me not to wear heels and all of those things. Let me tell you, when you're on the heel, when you wear heels, because when I did my surgery, they had me wear a boot with some wedge in it.
Flats,
So
yeah.
yeah, so it was like a heel in the boot.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came out of it, and a lot of my friends saw me, because I think it was my birthday time, and they saw me in some high heels, they were like, "But no, she just the surgery. Why she not heels?" And a lot of fans and people was talking. They didn't know that having on the heels when it was injured, I couldn't wear it, but in the healing process, you can, because what happens is it
Take
takes
off
the
the
pressure
pressure.
off your heel, and now you're walking on
Right, I
the
can
ball of
attest
your
to that.
foot.
Yes.
Yes. So a
When
lot
you
of
have on
people
the
see
field,
it
it feel like you're
sometimes.
not in pain.
Yes. So it kind of.
Yeah, I was gonna add that. I was gonna add that point, Yannick. Excellent explanation, because as a therapist, and that is something that we always engage and confidence the athletes in doing, and even regular person. We say to you that, yeah, if you want to ensure that your hamstring is not put on a full loading, you can get into those wedge heels and high heels once you get to the end of, or the closing stage of rehab. So it's safe. So I'm glad you had that point. So beautiful explanation. And why I'm just sitting here and I'm saying it's because I'm in the medical field and I've seen these things a dime a dozen. When I hear athletes speak about this, anybody that, and the noise why you understand why I, regardless of anything that happens to any athletes, and knowing where you have come from, Yanni, even if you go there go walk, I'm gonna always lift my hat to you, because people don't understand the
Thank
road
you.
to come back, much more to come back with the desire to compete. And make no
Trust me, it's
mistakes,
long and
you
it's
would have
hard.
done, yeah, you would have done some time subsequent to your surgery that I've seen others who have never even had a small toe injury unable to do. So credit to you and your road to recovery. And
Listen,
I know it's
a lot
not
of
done
people
yet.
don't know, but I came. They told me that I had a year and a half with the Achilles surgery, right? So to know if I can fully go back to where I was before, and it took me 6 months. When I did my surgery, it took me 6 months, and I PB at that national trials. A lot of people didn't know, but I was running with other injuries before, and I never PB'd. But coming off of one of the worst injuries, because I did my surgery overseas. I didn't trust to do it in Jamaica because it's not that I don't trust the Jamaican doctors, but because that surgery is not done so much in Jamaica. So it's 1 out of 10 person in Jamaica would have done. So I'd rather to do it somewhere where people do it every single day. And I think that was one of the
Orthopedic,
best decisions
yeah.
that I've ever made. Yeah.
Doctor who
So
study sports day in, day out.
yeah. Because that surgery is not so common in Jamaica. If a normal person pop the Achilles, then probably won't never ever go put
Yeah.
it back together. As much as though it will affect them walking. So I did
Mm-hmm.
my search overseas, and I trusted the doctors, and I can tell you, I came back in 6 months and run my fastest time to this day. So once you do proper rehab, you go to the right doctors,
Yeah,
you
girl. Let
definitely
them
come back
know.
from it.
Let them know.
Yeah.
Six
Not,
months.
it's not just
six
about.
months.
Not
Yes,
just a
not yes.
Achilles,
Not
but
just
a
the Achilles,
Achilles.
trust me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You know what I take away from it? The guys need to
What?
learn to wear heels too. It will help their Achilles.
Yes, yes. You had to take something from
you had to,
that
you
too.
had
That
to.
too. Trust me, I can walk in. If people who know me when them know when outside of sports, I will wear those heels because you have to you
It
have
will
to
help their rehab.
Yeah, yeah, it will help you rehab and make you
True.
look good at the same time. You cannot look like what you're going through, so at least the
Amen,
healing will
amen
make you
to
look
that.
good.
Amen to
Yeah.
that. Shade, Yanika asked that question with a very curious mind, myself, and I sat here intensely listening to you, and my body is cringing because here you are explaining to us what the Achilles is, right? Educating us on what the Achilles is. And I mean, I figured that O'Shea may know why I asked the question, right?
Right.
'Cause,
Oh, other
I mean,
athletes.
about the Achilles, because I mean, you came on and in my mind, I just wanted to say to you that you're ET twin, sort of look alike, you're bestie, right?
People
But
always say,
I know why you asked. You just want
I
everybody
asked that
out.
question because immediately because you started speaking about it, I started to think about her. I mean, a lot of us or a lot of fans know that she has been struggling with that issue. So to hear you actually explain that and how pulling the white piece out and how it hurts and all of that is just like tearing up inside because I'm saying I don't have the Achilles issue, but then you come to the point of saying, when you go through that surgery, wearing the heels make you feel much better. Because for me, I suffer with something else, but wearing heels that the doctors have said you can't wear heels or you can't drive, you're not supposed to be in
oh,
places
one
where
thing, let me
crowds
tell you
are.
guys. You see, when I had the Achilles, I couldn't bend my ankle. So, and I had to go to work and everything. I am now a professional driver with my left foot. When I tell my friends that I'm driving my left foot, everybody want to jump out of the car. So I was like, if I never tell you guys, who wouldn't want to jump out of the car?
You wouldn't know,
But
you wouldn't
this
know.
injury had trained my mind to adjust. And I now
Exactly.
can drive with my left foot because of that injury. Because as I said, I don't think people understand. It is something that affects you in your everyday life. You get up out of your bed, you have to walk on it for a while. When I used to take 2 hours to warm up in training. 2 hours because I had to make sure that Achilles was so warm. I had to live on painkillers that no, those painkillers don't work for me anymore because the pain that is giving you is so excruciating. It is one of the worst pain, and as I said, it can be as bad to do surgery and not do surgery. And if you're in the middle ground, it is more affecting you because no, you don't know what to do. You can't do something to fix it, and you can't to give it a complete fix, but you have to do something to fix it enough to have training. So you have a lot of athletes that's going through that now. You don't want to risk to do the surgery, but it is so bad that you cannot train, you cannot compete because as soon as you get a little progress, you have to go back. My Achilles even started hurting me back after surgery, and it brought me back to a very low place. And I was like, mentally, I was out of it because I start remembering every single pain that I was going through with that Achilles. It was so bad.
Wow.
I thank you so much for that explanation. Really, really thank you so much for that. And as O'Shea said, he no matter what you do, you can't do anything wrong in O'Shea eyes. Even more now, even more now, so that you have shared this aspect of it with us all to kind of get a little glimpse, because that is just a little glimpse in you as an athlete, and stuff.
Yeah.
So we thank you so much. I kind of, as I said, I kind of have something different, but I kind of understand what it is that you say that pain is may bring. So definitely, we thank you so much for wearing the black, green, and gold. As you all said, once you're in the black, green, and gold, you are everything. You are the best, the greatest,
Representing,
and
yes.
you are representing. So we thank you so much.
Our injuries are not our main concern. It's just to represent.
The pain is not what you are, as you rightfully
Yeah,
said.
yeah. We
You
block
can
our
get
man. We are
better than that.
focused, tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. So before you all go, so we are going to ask you, or I'm going to ask you, we have something called, as we all know, we have experience in the Mount Rushmore. And persons Mount
In the what?
Rushmore, the Mount Rushmore of track and field. But here at Track and Field Totnet, we ask you for your Mount Rushmore of track and field Jamaica. So your Jamaica Mount Rushmore. So you, I get,
You gotta explain.
So
You
what
gotta
is that?
let
The
Yannick know
highest,
exactly what you're
the
talking
highest
about.
moment representing Jamaica. What that?
no, darling, it is who is
No,
the
man.
Janelle, go
the
first. Janelle, go
athlete
first.
She knows what.
She
Okay,
It's
knows
so
Who
what
go
not
she
her
first,
gonna
first?
first
let me,
do.
time
Who
here.
go
all right,
first?
let
Wait,
me
on wait
let
now.
me give an
Who go
example. Let me
first?
give an example. My Mount
Let me go name
Rushmore.
pan radio. Hold up, let me go name.
All right, my Mount Rushmore of Jamaica track and field athletes.
My man,
So Jenny, you're
Jamaica
gonna give me
athlete.
yours.
What's it?
Yeah.
Go on. Think I go on first. I think everybody
So
I
I
got.
was
Go on
giving an
first.
example. So I'm not doing it the normal way where you give the Mount Rushmore overall. We want a Mount
So it
Rushmore
have
of
to be a
Jamaica.
specific event.
No,
No.
no, 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 no. So that's what I was
Okay.
explaining. It's not specific to the
Shade,
event.
watch me there. You look like we're
Me write down
clueless.
my own
But
them.
I
Me write
example
down my own.
because
How much is it for?
but
It
yeah,
Mm.
is four, and
example.
you can.
Four,
I'm going to.
four.
It is four. I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you. It's because you guys came over here and allow me not to be just the only queen over here, because I'm here normally one queen in the pack. Yeah, I'm going to help you all out over here. Ladies with a smile. So it's four. It doesn't matter the event. It can, and it don't have to be current. It can be right across the board for track and
Already.
field
Yeah.
athletes. All
From
right,
the
so
first
get
Olympic
ready.
till now.
I'm going to extend little grace. Some grace. I'm not like Xavier. I'm going to extend you guys some grace and
What?
give you can give two, what you call it, notable. That's the word. Notable mentions. So if you don't get to choose your, you didn't get to choose two person that you think is valid to be on it, you get two notable mentions. So Jelly ready for it.
Yes, because I'm clueless. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my mount rush is in order, no order.
No
No, in
honor, no
order.
honor.
No order. Merlin Ati, Elaine Thompson, Shelley, and Blaine Walker.
Oh, so your
Those are
mouth
my
rush more be
girls.
a female.
Yes.
Queen.
No notable mentions. Like we put four female
That's
note.
the females.
Okay.
Girl power.
Girl
You,
power over in the queens
you
at the
know,
back.
yeah, I'm dealing with the queens. But if you do want me to mix it up, definitely I would have Usain Bolt, uh, Daniel Quarry, E.T., Merlin Ati.
Rough though. You're rough. I won't even go there because
Hello.
I won't
Go
go there.
You
there.
know,
Listen,
say
no,
something
I
wrong
Go
with
won't.
him
there.
down
No,
there,
I
so.
won't even
No,
go
Go
there.
Jenny,
there.
No, no.
Xavier,
Go
shush.
there.
Xavier,
No, I
shush.
Go
already.
there.
You're not dropping your Mount Rushmore. Jelly, I thank you so much because your Mount Rushmore was my
It's the
Mount
same
Rushmore.
thing. It's the same thing as
Ah,
nothing. So I won't go there.
clap
That's
it. Jenny, you ready?
exactly the same thing. But you're rough. You're
It has
rough.
to be.
But
So
Oh,
no,
it's Jamaican athletes, you said?
Jamaica,
Yeah.
no.
Jamaicanized. And remember what I said? We have Germanized, we have Jamaicanized. Jamaicanized Mount Rushmore.
Mix them, yeah.
okay,
Male
so
or female.
may I mix them? May I mix them based on performance and based on women grew up seeing. So the
Mhm.
first one is recent. Someone to cheer a J Stoner. First one, yep, yep,
Expecting.
clap that. And then I grew up watching Veronica,
Mm,
Melissa
good one, good one.
Brown, and I must man, me just feel like the Olympians back in the day. I just those represent back in the day was those girls. You have I must say Shelly Ann because icon longevity and you saying it's cool. We can do five.
You might every time you get two
You
notable
can get
mention.
two. You can add
You
two
can
Okay,
add
more.
two more.
okay.
So, yes, I was telling you, Jelly.
Usain Bolt and I want to say the all right. Usain Bolt. I want to say the other two. What is that? Kieran Stewart and
Oh, we
Sharon
can
Simpson.
go.
Karen,
That 1, 2, 3 that we got there.
Karen
Yeah,
Stewart and Sharon
yeah.
Simpson.
And
Sharon
Kelly,
Okay.
Simpson.
that
Sharon
one, yeah.
Simpson, yeah.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like
All
it. Me,
right.
me I see
Come
the
true,
vision. Me I see the vision.
Yannick.
Me I see the vision.
All right. So, I have
Our
to start
vision,
off
our
with the
star vision.
hurdlers.
Yeah.
So,
With the
for
back,
me, of course, Jenny, you know who me gonna call first.
that's
Who me gonna
right.
call first?
Jenny Russell. No?
So Jenny was from high school days. She was one of the
Not
person
true.
who motivated me to.
Me
Yes,
don't
girl, we
make
made
that
all
claim
that
now, miss.
moment.
Jenny, step it true.
Sure.
Yeah, music
Geneva was
silly.
one of the person when I was in high school that was always, motivating me. And then I grew up seeing her going on national trips. And when she used to go up on the trip, them she carried the Jamaica clothes come give me, and that used to
Oh,
motivate me for one represent Jamaica myself.
oh really?
And then she, of course she went pro before me. So she, of
Okay.
course, yeah, Genevieve,
Wow.
It's an
Bridget,
encouragement before encouragement without being and without knowing you are being the encouragement.
yeah.
Yeah.
But she know
Yeah,
I
Jenny.
always tell her, so I don't know why she going like that. She was like my homeward mother, cause she was from Manchester and I was from St. Catherine, so she used to take care of me up back that time. So it's Genevieve, Bridget Foster Hilton,
Good one.
Shelly and Fraser Price, Johan Blake.
Yeah,
Respect
you
Johan
Good
to the
one. Good
bro.
one. Good one. Good one.
And the hurdle, what's his name? He used to run 400 hurdles.
Don't say it. Let me
Danny
yeah, I was going to
McFarlane.
say it.
That him, I
Danny.
listen. That guy always come through for some
Yeah.
reason. I just love that about him. So yes, he's definitely in my top four.
big up
So
Yeah.
Genevieve.
Pachi. Big up Pachi too.
Oh yeah, of course, big up Pachi all the time. I love Pachi long time too. Big up Pachi.
They
But
said
yeah, that's my
Jenny, Johan,
Bridget.
Bridget,
what you call it, Bridget, three or
Bridget.
four. Give me your
Danny.
addition
Shelly and
to
I said Shelly and Fraser
Shelly
Shelly.
Price
Yeah, you
Price,
say
the one
Shelly.
more.
I'm Pachi.
and Parchi. Yeah,
So your
Parchi,
twin
of
at the
course.
panel?
Who?
Your twin at the panel?
Of course, no, so she ate the list too, Lord God. I thought we were supposed
Easy.
to know that. Listen, that girl, she have done what nobody has ever done, and she's my friend. Why wouldn't she be on the list? I think she's in a category for herself. Cause I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, yeah,
she,
for
she-
And
for real.
yeah, I mean, even if you don't like her, you gotta respect
Yeah,
her. I mean,
I like you, Lane. I don't
why you
like
coughing? You all right down there?
I don't like
I
you,
know
know. I don't like
Yannick a fine, Yannick
I'm
a
glad.
fine Xavier
I'm
man.
glad, Yannick. Yannick, I'm glad you find him out, Yannick.
Fine
I'm glad you
Xavier
find
Yeah,
out
we
man.
find
about
him
him.
out long time.
Really,
Oh
Yannick?
my word.
Yes, we're coming for you, but no worries.
Ladies, pretty smile. Shauna said one double double, one Sandra Lee. That's what we call her over
What?
here. One
Oh,
Sandra
One
Lee.
Sandra Lee. Elaine
One
Sandra
second.
Lee Thompson.
here
I'm
Oh,
going
and
to
I
name
eat
that.
you in the car, so all
One
I'm
right.
going to name her
Sandra
Sandra
Lee.
Lee.
Let's
Big
put
up
in the
Sandra
name.
Lee. All
Big
Because I'm
right.
the name.
OG.
Or
One.
I'm gonna name a lot God star
Mm-hmm.
friend. I never realized that.
Yeah, I'm the name.
So if you
Well,
hear somebody else
we,
shout out one Sandra Lee, you know, so them come from over right here. So right up, so
okay, great.
we all are
Oh,
right.
that's our nickname over here. So okay,
No
got
man, but that
it.
one Sandra Lee, one queen, one double double. Yeah, one
Never
easy, one
two. Yeah,
never
that is
two,
it.
not three.
One big T.
One big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My name's Steak.
So, ladies, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
Why?
you so much for being here with us. We really, really appreciate
Somebody let them need some water.
it.
Yannick, leave me alone.
We really, really appreciate you guys taking the time out to take us through Tokyo and what it was like, what it is like, what to expect for the athletes who will be going there, and all of that. As I said, what it's to expect for the guys to be going there. I know Shade will be going, leaving you too, but I just going to throw this part in. Genevieve and Yannick, what is that one thing you want to say to Shade now that she'll be boarding that plane shortly
who
in a
me
couple of days'
the team?
time?
Shade not going.
Man, don't worry yourself. We're gonna put him on the team medicine. We're gonna find a way to put him on the team.
I'm not going.
Oh well, Shade, if you go and try PB again, yeah, girl. Me no know, but you know, say your PB last time probably a safe space, probably the funny team for true. Who knows?
Murder.
Let me tell you something about
No,
Lataya.
no, but
She have
I
her
tell him
ears up at
something.
J3. Say anything
Oh,
Lataya say?
all right, that's how you. Then put me on it too. Tell me.
You see what I'm saying? I'm having a problem.
Huh?
But is for you guys, for all three, what is it that you would love to see come back from Tokyo this season? What is it that what's that one thing? Shad they ready for the first time? Go Shads.
I honestly want to see in two things in the discuss. I want to see we get the next medal. Radford Mullins.
Big up your field events.
He's doing
Mm-hmm.
really good. I want to see Radford Mullins get a medal in the discuss, and I really, really want to see Oblique prove himself just to himself. You know, get a medal or even gold. Like I reckon Kishi and I all of them guys, but I really want Oblique to get a little medal for himself. You know.
I'm at all. Agree. Gel?
For me, for this Tokyo game, I'm just looking for confidence on the track. I want the athletes to be as confident as ever. They've been running really good on the circuit, and I want it to show. I'm looking forward for the sprint, male and female, to get medals. I'm hoping for two medals out there. I'm really looking forward in the hurdles, sprint hurdles for women, and the
Yeah.
throws. Those events, even people don't even see it, but it's hotter than the sprinting. The throws and the
Yeah,
sprint
I tell
hurdles,
you, I'm so
female and
retired.
male, are very hot. So I'll be tuning into that. We already know about the four hurdles. Those, you see events where you know who have a medal, you just clap for them. But you see the discus men, it is so unpredictable. You have three men throwing 7 to 1, I believe.
Yes,
So I'm really excited for the male discus and the females because you have a lot of women running 12 too. So
yes,
I'm 12
The,
3.
the,
So
the hurdle is crazy. The
that's what
hurdle
I'm looking.
is
Yeah.
crazy.
Those two
Very much
events,
crazy.
beside
Crazy.
the traditional sprinting, fine, love it. Want the medal, great. Let's get it, man. Let's get, but you see the chores and the sprint hurdles, I'll be watching.
Yeah.
Yannick.
For me, I mean, the last Tokyo we got some good medals all around.
Really.
Well, we did, yeah. We
Yes,
got some good
ma'am.
medal. We got some good medals, and for the persons who are going back, I think they should use this as a building block for them to know that okay, I've been here before. I'm used to this. It was a good experience for me the last time. Somebody like Megan, for example, she didn't expect to medal in the event, and she did. So going back to Tokyo would have been probably a good experience for her. So, and of course, hurdles is my event. Though I'm not there, I'm always clapping for my other hurdlers, and especially the Jamaican hurdlers, because it's always Jamaica against the world. So,
Yeah.
I would hope to see that all three of our ladies can. Even if, oh,
Four
yes,
of
Four.
a
them.
four now,
Four of them
yes.
going.
Big up Amai. But yes, all of our ladies have the
Potential.
capacity for yeah, the potential to go out there and do good in
Yeah.
the hurdles. And
Right.
for hurdles, I don't know if a lot of person notice, you don't even have to have a fast PB. You just need to be a
No,
part of the mix and it will
it
come.
doesn't even make
That's how the hurdles is. Because so if you look on paper, you will never think that somebody's going to run good. And if you notice, that's why every year you see hurdles are PB and PB. You just need to be a part of the mix. So for
Yeah.
Amoy that is going out there, don't worry about you not having the 12 twos and the 12 threes. Just worry about being a part of the mix. Go out there, compete the rounds, because this is not just one diamond league or one. This is a championship, and I hope that Jamaican
sense.
athletes can show up for the championships like we always do. This is not just one race, and I wishing everybody the very
Yeah.
very best, and hopefully we can top them better than what we did in the last trip to Tokyo.
Akira find it and
It's
beat a
breaking
Messiah.
up.
Access him hope that Akira find it and beat my side now.
Hey, why you come over here with the politics? But
I would not go make him, would
I
not make him
don't I
feel
don't
good.
care who want come first, second, or third.
You just want black me
But
and
I
go to
just
the
want
front
to make
there.
sure that our hurdlers are in the mix. Yeah, even
Yeah.
out the Toronto, if they're on the podium, whoo,
Oh,
at least go create history. They did it before, we can do it this time.
definitely. Look like I need to take away myself and just leave the stage to these three ladies, because it does really well with this, especially Yari there. I see Jellyface. But I want to say again, thank you, big thank you, Jelly. It's 2 hours now. It's time to go, Jelly.
Yeah, 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 I agree.
Yeah. Come on, wrap it up.
I I wasn't here for the 2 hours. Thanks be to God.
Well, it's because you come in, it's ending up at the 2 hours. I'm just saying, but we are
Oh,
happy
I'm
and we
so
appreciate.
sorry,
No,
but
no,
I
no, no,
guess
no,
you
no,
guys
no,
loved it.
no
Yeah.
reason to apologize. We
Yes,
Yeah.
loved it.
absolutely,
We
absolutely.
loved it
Yeah,
and we
it's a
Without
appreciate
doubt,
it.
coincidence
Jelly.
that I checked my phone because I'm not a Facebook person, and as I checked my phone, it was like, "You can come on now." I
Facebook?
was like,
People still use Facebook?
No,
Oh,
Oh,
my father.
oh,
Listen, my father is in his 60s and he used
oh,
Facebook. Leave him alone. Come if I go over there for him. Leave
yeah,
him.
God.
oh. My
Leave
daddy
him.
has 70 and then he use them in a go over there.
Oh, that's a fear business. Me love
Good
my
luck for
daddy, so
him.
me have to go over
Good
there for
luck for
him.
him.
Yes, my older persons that I communicate with, they're on Facebook. So every 2 to 3 business days, me check over there and make
And
sure
teeth
so them
my
are.
Facebook from Japan. Then teeth you say?
Yeah, your fault. That's really not have none. That's why. Go ahead.
2 to 3 business days. I like this. get into the meat of the business. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. Thank you so much for being a part of us. Thank you so much for repping the black, green, and the gold, always for being the ambassadors for this country, this lovely country, for being an ambassador for
Shanice, go so with
yourself.
your shirt. Go so with your shirt, Shanice.
Shani, with fear on, right?
Go so
Shani,
with your shirts.
show the
Go
Two
black
so with your
flag.
colors here. We
shirt.
want piece of green. Wait there. It's a
Thank you
piece of
so
Colors
much.
green.
there.
We are greatly appreciative of what it is that you guys have done on the track and off the track. Thank you so much, Jelly, for being the inspiration and the encouragement that at first go, you didn't know that you were being that for Yannick. We really appreciate that because we got Yannick into this and therefore we saw great things. Shade, you fly your flag, I know, because you fly that flag there. Nah, tell you, you fly your flag, and we owned up to what it is that you are. And we know that you are great, and we continue to tell you that you are great and continue to encourage you to be great as you continue your pathways. Because greater things is in store, and we appreciate you being here. That's my little 2 cents. And as
Thank
Yannick says
you.
earlier, one of the things I took away from Yannick is that your pain doesn't determine who you are. Your pain doesn't make you who you are. Because at the
Yes.
end of the day, the end of the
Your
tunnel, there is
purpose is bigger than your pain. That's my motto. Come ever in a pain.
So,
Yannick, just close it. The purpose is bigger than your pain. Yeah. Davian, you want to say anything to Yannick, Genevieve, or Sade?
Thank you, ladies.
Well,
It was a good show. Yannick, thank you.
for
It's a
quiet
You're
pleasure
period.
pleasure,
welcome.
it's a pleasure meeting you all. I saw Genevieve show before meeting you all. I never know Genevieve could have spoken this much. She's
Yeah,
always
she's
this
she
quiet.
cause I'm over here, of course.
She's this quiet
Comfortable.
little lamb, but I like the experience. And it's really good to really hear from the athletes themselves and not assuming what was or what is. When it comes on to injury, I love that part of it. We have a lot of assumption of make the athlete them go run, God, them don't know what pain feel like or what it is. But first on the chicken leg, well, you got people
Yeah.
to and put it together now. So when them cutting the chicken leg Sunday evening, then you say, oh, that she
Think
really
about
got
it,
you
athlete.
and think
Yeah.
about it and realize that it's really real. But thank you, ladies, for coming on. Join Latoya with her beautiful smile. So tonight you had what? One, two, three
Four.
smile, four smile.
Four.
Shade, no one smile this evening.
oh,
Popcorn done? No.
yeah, popcorn. No, no.
Yeah, popcorn
Thank-
finished, so it's time for her to go.
yeah.
Mache,
All right.
go ahead. Take it out.
Well, as I said before, credits to all of you ladies. You have done the business. When Jenny reminded me that she has been to 3 Olympic Games, I'm like, I feel old, but guess what? It shows you how much you have represented this country. So even if it not happen again, which I know is gonna happen
Yeah.
again, so let me
May I
wish
come
you,
at LA,
Jenny,
come see
all
you,
the best.
Genevieve.
And
LA.
call me back in the
2020,
year.
because
Call me back in the
yeah,
year. We're the year support
and
the year. All out on the platform 2028.
right there,
That's good
sir.
stuff.
And Shade, when we know our thing, we're gonna work on that. Go for me
Well, maybe,
because
yeah.
Shade has to be at her third Olympics in 2028. So
Yes.
you hear it here, and we're working on that. Yannick, them say when they're done,
Got
Dash
you,
She
you're
away.
went,
Yannick.
Dashley,
yes.
and I
Hey, when
know
they not
the kind of fighter, and that is something people don't understand. And I'm gonna say it unapologetically. You said those athletes who came out of that blessed school and the ill that is standing up and representing
Sean
Oh,
Jamaica.
Casey.
oh, the
It's
blessed
not, it's not,
school
it's
on the
not just
hill,
Blessed
the
that
lessons
school
for
on the
living,
hill. Well,
lessons for
lessons
life
for
are
life are
still
still.
a place of
yeah.
A
knowledge.
place of you're so learning, Shadi. I said go. Una catch on. I did a catch on. I did a catch on.
Here we have anthem.
Yeah, we are fighters. We are warriors. We were
and
born
and
for
and, and, I,
this.
and, I, and, I, and I did that because that is what I think keeps you guys going. Look at the cross section of those. At least we're not being biased, but the facts are the facts. That is what keeps you guys going. Even when they count you out, you guys count yourself in. So forever
Yeah.
maroon and gold
Now go
all the way.
all the way. Big up
But
one more
yeah,
technical high school.
and thanks again for always saying yes. And that's something I appreciate. You guys saying yes to these kind of things because I know somebody tonight can draw something from all you guys' stories, all you have said, from the moment, the little small things that took you to the excitement, everything
Yeah.
is gonna come big. And as I said, the statement that
yeah,
Yannick
put
make,
them.
Purpose is
purpose
bigger
bigger
than
than
your
pain.
pain.
Yeah, every athlete need to
I
look on
quote
that.
them.
Going into Tokyo, Keep that in the back
Keep
of your
going.
mind. Learning from somebody who has
Don't
been there,
stop.
yeah, and still going. So credits to you guys again for coming on tonight, and I really appreciate your input.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
What's the name of this
Track
place?
and
Track
Track
and
field
and
field
talk net.
talk
Nelly, we're
next.
waiting on my shirt picture.
track and field
Net.
talk. Big up on yourself. All
Thank
Awesome.
you so much.
Everyone. Yeah.
Let me dig up
right.
your suitcase first.
Bye.
Bye. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Right.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Yes.